I mean, it's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's what makes a good show, though, is that if everyone sounded the same and had the same opinions, it's boring.
Yeah, 100%.
So I thought you were going to say that Dionne was nice and that
and you're
Yurko
mean.
and I are challenging.
No, not at all. Not true, Peggy.
Okay, well that's
You're the
nice.
nicest.
Well, that is really nice to hear. I think that Yurko makes you earn it,
Yes, I could see that.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
You gotta
just
prove it to Yurko.
He's not gonna let the rookie.
No, that's his old NFL.
Yes.
NFL mind. If you're the rookie coming in, you have to prove yourself before you get the respect.
Yep. Totally. The Bears schedule. When I heard that Thanksgiving and then Christmas, I get it. I get it because they had some of the most thrilling games in the NFL last year, and they became must-see TV. But really, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I'm listening to Jesse and Carmen talk about this week. And in typical male fashion, they were like, oh, it doesn't really bother me that much, And I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because the women in the house are the ones that have to get the kids ready for Christmas, get the house ready for Christmas, get the house ready for Thanksgiving, have to cook. And if you're not hosting Thanksgiving, you still have to make a dish to bring to Thanksgiving. You are the ones that we are the ones that are in charge of what the family is doing. And the guys just show up and sit their asses on the couch and watch football. I mean, if I just sat and watched football, I think the other women in the family would just be like, that's really crappy. That's really crappy. I'm so mad that the women don't get a chance to actually just sit and watch the game. And I get it. I signed up for this. This is my job. And I'm going to be working Thanksgiving and Christmas, even though I was supposed to host Thanksgiving next year. It was my turn in the Kaczynski family rotation. I'm a little upset about that, but I have to suck it up.
Do you like hosting?
I love hosting. I love
Some people
hosting.
don't like hosting. I like going when my family pops up in the rotation. I like when it's at somebody else's place.
My
then
kids
you don't have to do
like
all the cooking and the
that.
cleaning.
My kids don't like when I'm hosting because I need their help, and they don't like having to do the setup and everything. So. But yeah, like what the heck is going on with this schedule?
Yeah, both the Thanksgiving and the Christmas combined, that's a little tough because for my holiday games, and it really depends on everybody's own situation, right? It depends what you're doing for the holidays. If you're doing anything, I mean, it depends on your own situation. Personally, I like those games to kind of be background games. I don't want to focus all my attention.
Yes.
And Bears-Packers is a game that I am going to want to watch every single snap for. And I'm going to want to watch it intently and probably maybe go to a bar or go to a party or something like that. But now it's combined with Christmas, which is good because I'll be with people that also will want to watch the game. But it's going to be it's a balance because a lot of people aren't going to want to sit and watch every single snap on Christmas Day or on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, what about for the players? Like the NFL does not care that the players, the staff, the coaches, whoever, I get it, we all sign up for it. But typically, it's the first time ever the Bears have played on both holidays in the same season. So typically, it's one or the other. They're not going to make you give up two holidays. They obviously do not care, and it's all about the money, the ratings, drawing in the viewers.
Yeah, the players, it doesn't bother me as much. For the people that it does, which makes me think of that, is the people who are lower on the stack. Because the players, they're pretty well compensated. So, and it's okay.
I don't know.
I think there's a lot less sympathy. The people that it's the stadium workers. It's the people maybe on the lower rungs who have to put in a lot of work. Those are the people that I feel more for who are going to have to miss those holidays.
But don't put it past that. It becomes a huge distraction for the players because typically their families all fly in.
Yeah.
If you're playing on Thanksgiving, then everyone flies in so that you can still have a Thanksgiving at where you play in Chicago now. Okay, now, the whole family is going to fly in. That becomes a distraction. And now you're going to do it for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm angry at the NFL for how they did the schedule this year. 7 primetime games. I am so not shocked by that. But how about the middle of the schedule? 3 primetime in a row.
Yeah. Thursday, Monday, Sunday night.
And
All
look at
good
who
games.
they're playing.
Yeah. Patriots is going to be tough, obviously. You have the Drake May versus Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Both in that same draft class. Who's the best QB in that draft class? And Bo Nix might want to have a word, same with Shane Daniels, but I think those two are starting to stand out head and shoulders above the rest. Seattle game, I mean, those could be the top 2 teams in the NFC by that point.
Yeah.
That game's at Seattle, Monday Night Football. And then the Sunday against Tampa Bay leads into the bye week. Yeah, I'm okay with those primetime games. I like a good primetime game. But those are all going to be marquee matchups. The Bears have a lot of marquee matchups this year. The Bears are a team on the national scale that people want to watch. I tune in to get up every single morning, and I watch Mike Greenberg, and every single morning there's a headline talking about the Chicago Bears, at least for the past week. Because the Bears are right now one of the biggest stories in the NFL, if not the biggest story in the NFL. Because they are rising. They are in a major market, and they have a superstar in Caleb Williams, a rising superstar in Caleb Williams that people want to watch.
6 games on a short week. 6 games on a short week. That's a lot.
With all the Monday games and the Friday.
Dan Graziano also noted that the last team to win a playoff game after entering the season with the hardest schedule by that metric was the Falcons in 2016, 10 years ago. Over the past 10 seasons, 7 of the teams missed the playoffs entirely. 7. I don't like that at all. It's tough. We got to take another break. We have Suzanne, Brendan, and Lewis. Hang on the phone lines. We're going to take your phone calls when we come back.
You're listening to Peggy and Dionne
on Chicago's home for sports, ESPN Chicago.
Do not, and I mean you. Do not miss the Cap and J Hood Show, now morning 6 to 9 on ESPN Chicago. But you're busy. Things happen. We get it. If you have to miss it, you can always listen to the podcast on your time. Find it on the ESPN Chicago app or wherever you go to pod. It's brought to you by Republic Bank.
With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup. Now, get even more with the ESPN Unlimited plan, available at no extra cost. Unlock additional content in the ESPN app, including WWE premium live events. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate and start watching in the ESPN app.
When it comes to my ride, I don't mess around. Advantage Chevrolet. 3 locations. Chicagoland's covered. You want a Chevy? They've got it. You want savings? Oh, yeah. Most important, trust. No runaround. They shoot you straight. Advantage Chevrolet Hodgkins. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Cap. Are you sneezing and have congestion and itchy eyes? That's not something you want to live with, especially with summer coming up. Sinus and Snoring MD will get you right. They offer needle-free allergy testing and treatment. No shots, no hassle, just simple allergy drops that actually treat the problem. If you're tired of feeling stuffed up all the time, do something about it and contact Sinus and Snoring MD by calling 847-545-0147 and visit sinusandsnoringmd.com.
Hey, Sylvie, want to grab a drink next Wednesday?
With you? Depends. Is tequila involved?
I'll have my E.H. Taylor. You've got Corazon Tequila.
Now I'm listening.
Peggy Canane's in Arlington Heights. Plenty of room. You, me, and about 100 of our friends.
Wait, what?
Okay. It's Whiskey University.
Why didn't you just say that?
Whiskey University, next Wednesday night at 7 at Peggy Canane's in Arlington Heights. Featuring E.H. Taylor, Traveler Foolproof, and yes, some Corazon Tequila.
Seats are limited. Don't be tardy.
And please drink responsibly.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Red Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates a third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Follow ESPN 1000 Chicago on twitch.tv or the Twitch app. Welcome back to Peggy and Dionne
on ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports.
Crosstown Cup continues tonight at the rate. Another evening start, and White Sox right-hander Mike Vasil is going to be joining us here at the top of the hour. Looking forward to that conversation. He had fun yesterday. He's always having fun, even though he's out for the season. He's in the dugout. He's in the clubhouse. He was on the air. I mean, he is really involved in the team.
He is such an interesting guy to me because he starts off, he never gets called up. He's not protected on a roster. He goes to the Rule 5 draft. Immediately after the Rule 5 draft, this is just 2 years ago. This is right before the 2025 season. Right before the Rule 5 draft, which means those are players that have been in the minor leagues for 5 years and are never called up. He gets traded after the Rule 5 draft, and then he gets waived by the Rays, and the White Sox pick him up.
Yeah.
And he finds an immediate role in the White Sox bullpen, pitches great last year. Unfortunately, has Tommy John surgery right after spring training this year, but now has become one of the leaders
Isn't that crazy?
in that clubhouse. A guy, I mean, he's 26 years old, and he has made a leap to being, even when he's not on the field, one of the most important players in that clubhouse. He's going on road trips with the team. Will Venable said it was a no-brainer for him to go with because of his energy and the way he connects with the ball club.
Amazing.
What a great pickup by Chris Getz and that White Sox staff. They found a few diamonds in the rough here, and Mike Vasil is one of them. He's a very interesting story to me.
We have him coming up here at the top of the hour. Let's squeeze in some phone calls. We're talking about the Bears and the schedule. Lewis and Lyle is up first. Hi, Lewis. How are you?
Hey, good morning, ladies and Jack. Hey, just wanted to say something about this schedule release. You know, I honestly think that the Bears schedule release was perfect for what it is. The Bears have never been one to do funny. I mean, we saw them Hard Knocks. They wouldn't even allow them to swear. McCaskey wouldn't even allow swearing on Hard Knocks. You don't need to always be funny. Sometimes it's just about being somewhat clever, somewhat fun. Like, just have fun with it. Leave funny to the Chargers, the Titans, and whoever that fan was that did the Robot Chicken Cardinals schedule release.
That was the worst.
Hilarious.
That was the worst of all of them. So obviously we disagree, Lewis, on what is funny, because that was by far the worst schedule release of every team.
Well, maybe you just didn't have Robot Chicken, like where you'd get home from work or get home like late at night, just spark up the bong and, have some fun.
Oh my God. Thank you, Lewis. Let's go to Brendan in Park Ridge. Hi, Brendan. How are you? Brendan, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So I want to talk about, obviously the Bears' new schedule and how the Bears and the Cubs are the two greatest teams in Chicago.
I got you. What about the Bears' schedule?
Okay, so as you know, they're playing on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep, keep going, Brendan. Yep.
I think that's a good thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. But because the good thing about them playing on Thanksgiving and Christmas is a lot of people are going to be at their family's house and they could go watch the game. And I forget who was talking about how, like, the men aren't doing anything. They're just sitting on their asses watching the game. That's not true.
It's not?
Brendan, do you help out?
Do you help out? Does your dad help out? The men do all the cooking in your
Oh,
house?
yeah, I help out. My dad helps out, too.
That's fabulous. That's great. Brendan, thank you. I was being a little sarcastic.
He got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he'll understand. He'll understand humor when Lewis does. Suzanne's in Woodstock next. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, good morning. How do you follow that young individual? Wow, what a go-getter.
Right?
I'm just super excited about the Thanksgiving and the Christmas game because I can enjoy the game and not have to work in the morning. I'm not a big fan of the night games, but do a lot of my cooking for the holidays the night before, so the day is chill and just family and just eating. So I'm excited.
Wow, that's good. So you don't get distracted by it because there's always, it doesn't matter if you like prepare the food the night before. There's so much work that you're constantly back and forth.
Just teamwork, prep the night before. And so there's just food. We're just grazing all day.
Yeah.
You know, there's no sit down big meal. It is just come when you can, come, you know, if you can, you know, everyone can't be in one spot on the same day. So, you know, grain
Wait,
salt
Suzanne,
and,
so I get grazing on Christmas. I totally get. That's what we do. But you don't sit down for Thanksgiving?
No, the kids are always busy. My son's a nurse, so he works, you know, a lot of those holidays. They have other families to go to. So my philosophy is you can come at any point after 8 a.m. I'll make you breakfast. You can have lunch or you could have dinner and just enjoy.
Thank you, Suzanne. Appreciate that. Well, don't I look like the big ass now? I mean, geez, Louise. First, I got a kid telling me, you know, and Suzanne's like, "Yeah, no, it's great. You do all the work the night before." I look like an ass.
No, I don't know about that.
Man,
if I told my mom we're just gonna stop by at any point in the day and then we're gonna dip, she would kill me. She'd be like, "You're gonna sit your butt down and you're gonna enjoy this meal."
I think that's great that Suzanne does that. And apparently Suzanne's house in Woodstock is open if anyone wants to just stop by anytime on Thanksgiving or Christmas. But yeah, no way. And I've tried. I do a lot of prep the night before, but typically Thanksgiving for my family, there's over 30 people there. So it's a lot of work. And you do it like we set the table the day before, set up all the tables. We have to move furniture out to just fit all the tables in. And you prep. I do all the chopping the night before. So, yeah, I get that. But still, there still seems to be so much work to do. Do you help your mom?
So we go for Thanksgiving every year. We go to my aunt and uncle's house.
Do you help your aunt?
Well,
or are you one of those guys that sits your ass on the couch?
I mean,
you sit your ass on the couch, don't you?
I mean, no.
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
Mario, do you help?
I'm in charge of kids. I'm the entertainment. I take all the kids in a different room, play with them.
The guy that said he got blind drunk his last day of high school is in charge of the kids in the Heron family. There is something wrong with that hillbilly background of yours.
It's a lot going on.
That is really Nick.
To be fair, at Thanksgiving last year, I got stuck at the kids' table.
Does that surprise anyone?
There were 4 of us. To be fair,
Jack, I'm thinking you might be at the kids' table your whole life.
There's 2 tables spread out last year at Thanksgiving, 2 nice long tables in my aunt and uncle's place. And in the corner, it's 4 of us. My cousin who's 22 years old, my cousin who's 23 years old, me, and my one other cousin. And we're just stuck in the corner, which probably it's fair.
It's going to happen.
Based on what I did contribute, which wasn't much. I guess I deserved the corner seat.
Before we take a break, and hopefully we'll hear from our guests coming up here. Mike Vassell is going to be joining us. Nick, do you help on Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah.
Like doing what?
I can cook. Like sometimes it's cooking because my mom works retail, so she works at Williams Sonoma.
Oh,
so that time of year, that's
hello, Mrs. Palazzolo.
Yeah, I also worked there for 6 years too.
Really?
Yeah. But that's always peak time. So like it's always kind of pitching in.
Yep.
Because again, she has to work. I sometimes have to work, so we do what we can.
Wow. Good for you. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Cubs and the Sox, the Crosstown Cup. Our guest, Sox right-hander. Did I say white-hander? Wow. Wow. Mike Vassal's going to be joining us. We'll talk more about what's going on at the rate on ESPN Chicago.
You're listening to Peggy and Dionne on Chicago's home for sports. This
is ESPN Chicago.
Spring is sprung, and big savings are in full bloom at Menards. Visit Menards Garden Center for everything you need to get your garden growing. Choose from hundreds of beautiful, colorful flowers, lush trees and shrubs, and everything in between. Menards Garden Center is back in bloom. Stop in today to get your garden on. Check out fresh deals happening now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The Chicago Wolves are in the AHL Central Division Final.
As the Wolves will look ahead to round number 3.
The Wolves play the Grand Rapids Griffins in Game 3 of Round 3 of the Calder Cup playoffs this Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Everything rises. The game itself, the intensity level.
Playoff hockey reigns in Chicago.
Chicago advances.
Get your Chicago Wolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game at Ticketmaster.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Broadcasting live from the Chicago Board of Trade. This is ESPN Chicago, the home of the Bears. WMVP, WTBC, HD2, Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Welcome back to Peggy and Dionne on 100.3 HD2, the ESPN Chicago app, and ESPN 1000.
Perfect trio of knowledge.
Folsom Montgomery, back he goes!
Bang! Home run! There he is. Waving the wand. Homer, Montgomery, bang. Some guys are looking up here. I'm not sure if they can see me, but that's a Colson Montgomery home run.
Mike Vassell sending the good vibes from the booth, and this game is tied here in the second inning.
The wand.
He hit that one into the wind, and he crushed it.
Waving the wand, home run.
Oh my gosh, that was like, who was that in the booth? Mike Vassell was in the booth.
I think he might have a career after his playing career, whether in coaching or broadcasting or what have you. He could do whatever he wants.
Broadcasting, Harry Potter magic, Batman. I mean, this man has talent beyond the pitching mound. And the White Sox righty is joining us right now, Mike Vassell on ESPN 1000. Mike, you did a great job in the booth last night.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate being on right now. And, the booth was it was a lot of fun. It was a little bit more nerve-wracking than I thought. But it was a blast.
How'd you come up with the bang call? Was that Mike Breen, or did it just come out, or what happened there?
I really think I was just living in the moment, and it kind of just happened. It really wasn't meant like for me. I didn't practice that. It really was just all natural.
I love it. Your presence around the team is so contagious that, when Will Venables said that it was a no-brainer to have you with them on the road, you don't always see that. So did you have to, how important was it for you to be around the team when you're going through this rehab and still feeling like you're a part of the team? Because a lot of guys, they're gone. They go off, they rehab, and you don't see them all year.
Yeah, I think it's, most definitely a unique situation. But I think for me, when Will told me, the first thing that I really thought of is how much my teammates mean to me for being the ones that really vouched for me to even be in this situation. And also personally, on a personal level, I think mentally going through Tommy John, it's not always easy. And I think for me now, the process has become so much better because I feel like I'm a part of a team making an impact. I can't give enough credit to my teammates for really being the ones for the whole reason why I'm here.
Well, one of your teammates, Davis Martin, is on the mound today, and he's had quite the year so far. What have your conversations been like with him? What have you seen? What has he changed this year? Because he's always been a very good pitcher, but this year he has a sub-2 ERA. It's just been another level. What have you seen from him this year?
Yeah, I think Davis is truly just taking a massive step forward on the mound. But honestly, I think I could easily see it last year. But just what he's done, his command of the strike zone, throwing all of his pitches for strikes, landing breaking balls in fastball counts. He's doing all the things that true big league pitchers do. And he's doing it to the highest level as well. And there's also no better human being to be doing what he's doing as well. Davis is an incredible guy, awesome teammate, and I couldn't be happier for him and the start he's off to this year.
When you say you could see it last year, what do you mean by that? Was it the work ethic? Was he starting to have things click last year? What exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah, there was especially towards the end of the season last year, he had I really remember this one outing. I think it was maybe into the 7th inning, 6th inning. He had a no-hitter going in Kansas City. And I just remember thinking, wow, this version of Davis, and his velocity was a little bit higher. I was like, wow, this version of Davis is incredible. And then he continued to throw the ball really, really well. And I think for me, from afar, watching from the bullpen, I really noticed it, obviously, because if you're a reliever, you would get this. If your starter goes 6 innings, you are happy. Just because of the fact that it saves the pen, it really helps out the team. And when Davis was starting to do that, you could really tell he was getting into a groove.
Interesting when you talk about the other pitchers. Can I ask you about your own rehab right now? And I know you're still a ways away from, going on the mound and throwing, but your name was tossed about as potentially really pushing for a spot in the rotation. Is it a given when you come back that you're actually going to go back into the bullpen just because of the stress on your arm and work you back slowly?
Look, like you said, I'm a ways away from pitching. But realistically for me, I just love pitching so much and I miss baseball so much. I don't care what role it is. I just want to play. I want to pitch. I want to help this team win on the field. As much as I like to kind of be a little bit of a fun guy and a culture guy in the locker room, I would love to just whatever role. Get back on that mound and help the White Sox win baseball games.
Speaking of winning, your team's been doing a lot of that recently. Just back at 500 this season, and it was the past few years for White Sox fans have been tough. You saw you were part of the team last year, and there were strides last year, especially at the end of last year, for the ball club going forward, and a lot of those have continued into this year. Right now, the ball club's in a playoff spot. The White Sox are a game up on that last wild card spot. Is there starting to be a belief in that clubhouse that this really is a team that can make a run for the postseason?
Oh, 100%. I think this team, whether it's we're too naive to the situation or whatever, we don't care. Our thought is to play baseball in October, and I think everybody in the locker room believes that as well. Especially, like you said, the way that we finished last year, and especially the way that we're starting this year and winning, going on the road and winning. I think everyone in this locker room has the belief that we can be playing baseball in October.
I heard an interview with Kyle Teal talking about the clubhouse and how well everyone gets along. Well, hello, everyone's from Boston. I mean, you guys all pretty much played together when you were growing up, but talk about the clubhouse and really just why is it that you guys all get along so well? Because that's like magic to be able to have that.
Yeah, I mean, it is very, very rare. Especially in professional baseball, because obviously it's not like, a college baseball team. You can recruit a certain type of guy. But obviously at this level, you can't always do a crazy character check. Obviously you can, but it's not always as easy as maybe like a recruiting trip or something like that. So I have to give a lot of credit to the front office for also consistently now just bringing in these type of guys. So for me, maybe they are doing those background checks on the type of player they're bringing in, which I love. But I think it's rare in general that you have a group of young guys that are all similar, that all love to have fun playing baseball. And everyone's just a great guy. They keep it loose. We have a lot of fun in this clubhouse. And that's what it's really all about.
All right, so you have a lot of time on your hand. So are you learning Japanese, and how are you in communicating with Mooney?
I've tried learning Japanese.
Okay.
Now, I will say I don't know if what I'm learning is necessarily appropriate or the good things to say. But with Mooney as a whole, it's truly amazing. Each week he comes in, his English is just getting better. And obviously with Kenzo, who's phenomenal as well, being able to communicate to Mooney through him. But Mooney as a guy, truly one of the best. As a player, obviously amazing. And he's been such a huge part of this team. Everybody loves him. Every time he comes in the locker room, I feel like he's giving somebody a hug. And it's just the type of guy he is.
I was standing outside of the dugout yesterday pregame, and I was watching warm-ups, and Mooney and Miguel Vargas got into like a fake wrestling match before they started playing catch with each other, too. So you can just see how much he has a connection with his teammates, as you were saying, Mike. So you talked about the culture of this team, and going back to the 2005 White Sox that fans will remember, talking to Mike Vassell, White Sox reliever on the England guest hotline, and you talk about the culture of this team. Going back to those 2005 White Sox, fans remember the grinder rules and that team having a little bit of grit and things like that. You talk about yourself as a culture guy. How would you define, if you can, the culture of this ball club and what you're trying to contribute to the culture?
Yeah, I think especially with culture in a clubhouse, it's not always easy at first to know, what's the identity of this team? Who are we? And sometimes it takes a little bit, it's not like we got off to a blazing start at the beginning of the year. But I think as the year went on, I think our whole thing is kind of embodying the South Side, being, tough, gritty guys. We like to show up to work. We're not necessarily going to always be the flashiest, but we're going to get the job done. And I think everybody loves that. And I think there's also a huge part of this team that everybody kind of enjoys being a little bit of a lunatic out there, there's not really rules for us. We feel like we always talk about, we're like, this rule might apply for another team, but we're the White Sox, man. Let's do it. The rules don't apply to us right now. So I guess you could say we're a little bit of bad boys at the same time as well.
All right. So you brought up the South Side. How are you on quizzes? Because I have a quiz for you. You want to play a little game?
I'm. Let's say I was a decent student, but let's see what I got.
All right. We're going to start with history. Okay. Can you name any other White Sox player from Boston throughout the team's history? And it can't be Sean Burke, Shane Smith, or Jared Schuster.
Can I use Sean Newcomb?
Yeah. Okay. Can
He
you go?
was born in Brockton, so I guess that's close enough. Oh, geez, I'm trying to think. From Boston, played for the White Sox. Oh, how many? Can you give me the range of years that I'm going back
All
right
right.
now?
You're going to go back about 50 years.
50 years?
Yeah, you're one of the greatest pitchers in Sox history.
Oh.
A knuckleballer.
Knuckleballer.
Started out with the Red Sox.
Started out. Wait, Wakefield didn't. No.
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 Go back. Go way back.
way back. Knuckleballer. Oh, God.
Wilbur Wood.
Wilbur Wood?
Yes, Wilbur Wood. Okay. Now, I was thinking originally Pudge Fisk, but you're from Boston. Do you include someone from New England, like New Hampshire? Does that count? Is that considered? They're not considered Boston, right? It's just New England.
If we're in, let's say we're in California and you run into somebody and they're from New Hampshire, they're probably going to say they're from Boston. But if you're in Boston and the person says, "Oh, I'm from Boston," you say, "Oh, where?" And they go, "Oh, like Manchester, New Hampshire," then you're really not from Boston.
Well, that's exactly how I feel about Chicago when someone's from a suburb and they're actually not from Chicago. So speaking of, here's the fun quiz, okay? Bridgeport or Lincoln Park, Mike? Bridgeport or Lincoln Park? Which neighborhood?
Oh, answer right on this one, Mike. You can't, especially this weekend.
Bridgeport, yeah.
Okay. Is the neighborhood of Beverly on the south side named after Beverly, Massachusetts, or Beverly Hills?
Oh, well, I'm going to have to say Beverly, Massachusetts.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct. It was way, way back when they named the neighborhood. It was the wife of the Art Institute director who was from Beverly, Massachusetts. All right. Are South Side bars more like the bar in Cheers, or are they like cocktail lounges?
Cheers.
Very good. You're getting this.
Yeah.
All right. This one's kind of hard. What makes South Side garages so unique?
Ooh, what makes Southside garages so unique?
It's in Chicago. Something about the garage is very unique.
Does it have to do with? Is it the way it opens or something that makes it unique?
Maybe where they're located.
Are they located?
In the alley. They're located in the alley.
Okay.
So
that was a trick question. I couldn't have gotten that one, Mike, and I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of architecture do you find on the south side? A bungalow or a brownstone?
It would be a bungalow, correct?
Yes. Very good. Brownstones are over on the north side.
Yeah. We don't want those.
Finally, you're not here in the winter, but do you know what parking dibs are?
Parking dibs, if I had to assume that similar things like this happen in Boston, you put like a traffic cone or like a massive, foldable plastic table in a spot, because when it snows, you don't want somebody to take your spot once you shovel it out.
You're exactly right. That's exactly right. I didn't know they do that in Boston too.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, it is very common, especially South Boston, where I live in the off season. It is. If you're parking on the street, do not move what's ever in that spot. Your car will not be in good shape when you get back.
So, Mike, I want to let you in on a little bet that is going on here at the station. So we have Tyler, he's a Cubs fan, and we have Aiden, he's a Sox fan. And they made a bet at the beginning of the year over who would have more home runs this season, Colson Montgomery or Pete Crow Armstrong. Who do you think's going to have more home runs this season?
Well, guy, I mean, my Colson Montgomery, hands down. You know my answer.
What have you seen from Colson at the plate? Because he's obviously taken, once again, a big step forward.
Yeah, I think for Colson, too, and especially last year when he got called up, learning his story about how he'd gone to Arizona and gone through, kind of those struggles, but also not to mention, he's kind of picking up where he left off last year and hitting home runs, hitting for power, hitting, extra base hits, playing great defense. Also, the maturity of him as a human being. I don't view him as like a younger guy at all. He's such a professional. He's a great teammate. And he also, again, loves to smile, laugh, have fun, crack jokes. He's a pretty complete guy and a phenomenal human.
I like that you're growing your hair out. And I have to tell you that, did you meet Belmont Camelli last night when he threw out the first pitch?
I did not, but I saw him around. I saw him around the dugout. So
you're kind of looking like him.
That is. I mean, look. I guess a lot of people think he's a handsome guy, so I think that's a good compliment.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We really appreciate it. Have fun out there. Keep doing what you're doing, aiding and helping the clubhouse like you do, and we can't wait to see you back out on the mound.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you both having me on.
Thank you. Sox pitcher Mike Vassell joining us here on Peggy and Dionne on ESPN 1000 with Jack McGrath sitting in. You feel like doing a little bit of a the celebrity quiz when we come back?
We can give it a go. Is it more of a quiz, or are we building our roster?
You're going to build a roster. Who's got the stronger roster of celebrity fans?
Yes, I think
North side or south side?
I think the North Side's going to lose, but we can give it a go.
Well, I mean, you're kind of giving in. You're giving in. You guys, like, one person cannot possibly take on a whole roster.
Well, true. Not wrong.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
Unless you're the Pope. We'll be back.
Peggy and Dionne on Chicago's home for sports, ESPN Chicago.
Hey, this is Cap. Join me and Hoodie for the 2026 I-94 trip to Milwaukee to see the Northsiders. You can register to win now through May 24th at IKEA Schaumburg and IKEA Bolingbrook during the annual IKEA Sidewalk Sale. Score great savings for your home and have a chance to win a trip to see some rivalry baseball. You and a guest will win tickets and travel with us, the Cap and J Hood Morning Show, to Milwaukee. Get to root for your favorite baseball team. For rules and details, go to ESPNChicagoContest.com. Hurry to IKEA Schaumburg and IKEA Bolingbrook and register to win the I-94 baseball trip to Milwaukee with me and Hoodie.
You know, they call me the good kid, but I'm not here just to be good, and I'm definitely not here to be average. When it comes to performance, I want to feel confident, ready, and know I'm bringing it every single time. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar with Blue Chew Gold. This is a 4-in-1 formula designed to work on both your body and your mind. You get 2 proven ingredients that support blood flow, plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection. That means you're not just physically ready, you're mentally dialed in too. It dissolves right under your tongue and can start working in as little as 15 minutes. Less waiting, less worrying, more confidence. Ladies, if you're listening, send your man the link. Help him bring home the gold and make him a trophy husband. Oh, we've got a special deal for all of our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code ESPN. That's promo code ESPN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring.
Get ready for 3 can't-miss post-game concerts at Rate Field this season. It starts June 26th following Sox vs. Royals with Marshmello presented by Minute Maid Spike. Next up on August 7th, after the Sox face the Guardians, enjoy Ja Rule presented by Coca-Cola. The concerts wrap up September 18th with Cole Swindell presented by Xfinity. Field passes are on sale now with limited availability. Visit whitesox.com/concert.
Hey, it's your buddy Tom Waddle, and I drive a Hawk. In the market for a new car? Shop HawkAuto.com, where they buy more so you pay less. Check their massive inventory of over 2,000 vehicles. They buy in volume so you save in volume. Plus, get all rebates on top of the Hawk Auto volume discount. Save even more with 0% financing for 60 months or make no payments for 90 days. With 12 convenient locations, your next car is closer than you think. Drive what I drive. Drive a Hawk. HawkAuto.com. Financing on select models with approved credit.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. I love May in Chicago, but those hot summer days are coming fast. If your windows struggle to keep the heat out, your energy bills are going to feel it. It's Sylvie for Window Nation, and I've seen firsthand how much of a difference new windows can make. My home stays cooler, more comfortable, and more efficient. Right now, you can take advantage of their buy 4, get 4 free sale, plus get started with no money down and no payments or interest for 2 full years. Don't wait. Visit windownation.com today and book your consultation.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Welcome back to Peggy and Dionne on 100.3 HD2, the ESPN Chicago app, and ESPN 1000.
It's the bottom of the 7th inning, the last chance to order beer. But we didn't come here to drink beer. We came here to win this ball game. I said to the Uber boy, I said, take me out with the crowd. And in order to sing the right lyric, take me out with the crowd, you need to sing it like our greatest American entertainer, Mr. Daffy Duck. So I want you to spray it and don't say it.
Aren't you proud that your number one fan on the north side is Bill Murray?
That's the number one pick for north side fans, for Cubs fans. I will say that is the first time I've heard that clip in a while, though I've heard it before. But I didn't remember that he referred to Daffy Duck as the greatest American entertainer. Daffy Duck's whatever.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
It's not bugs.
No. Oh my God. Did you know, I don't know if this was true, that Bill Murray in his at his house when he lived in New York City, he had a pool with a gigantic Cubs logo on the floor of the pool.
I did not know that, so that bumps him up even higher in my rankings from 1 to 1 with a little bit of a gap in between. But yeah, he's the number one celebrity Cubs fan. He's been around forever. He was constantly shown in 2016. So how are we doing this? Are we drafting teams? How big is our roster? And then who's grading these? Is it Mario? Is it Nick in there?
I think Mario and Nick are going to have to decide the strength of roster.
Okay.
I think I'm looking. Can you go 10 deep?
10's tough. I can try.
So you want to go 9 because that's a
Let's
baseball?
do a lineup. Yeah.
We'll do a lineup. Okay. I'm going to have
so
to cut a
leading off, I'm going Bill Murray.
All right. Leading off for the White Sox, I'm going Pope Leo.
Okay. Well, I mean, come on.
Praise be.
You got Bill Murray. You've got the Pope.
All right. Go on.
Tough top of the lineup there. I'll go John Cusack, number 2. He'll be my second guy.
Really?
Well,
wow, that's kind of
I mean,
weak.
it's not. I'm just. Well,
I'll go.
I'm just saying. I like him as a 2-hitter. He's going to set us up.
That was your 2?
He's not my second best guy. Fine, I'll go Vince Vaughn.
Save it, dude. Come on.
All right, I'll go with. So if you're doing it that way, truly being a number 2, I'm just going heavy at the top. So I'm going to go with the 44th president, Barack Obama.
I'll go Vince Vaughn, I guess, to go up against Barack Obama. Okay. I mean, it's different. I mean, Vince Vaughn's a comedian. Barack Obama was president of the country.
All right, I'm gonna go with the guy who threw out the first pitch last night. Have you seen him in his new show?
Yeah, wait.
Off campus?
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
You don't know Belmont Camelli?
I've never heard of this guy. I've never seen him until yesterday when people started saying he's a Chicago guy.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I've never seen Saved by the Bell.
Listen to you. What a hater.
I've never heard of him.
This is going to be one of those guys that you are going to start seeing a lot of.
I'm sure.
He's a hot young actor in Hollywood. He's a big White Sox fan. He's from Naperville.
Wait, when was Saved by the Bell out? How old is this guy?
He's like 20. I think he's like 26, 20, late 20s maybe. Late 20s. Yeah. He was in the reboot of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, well, yeah.
He was in Along for the Ride. Did you ever see that?
No.
All right. Well, the Amazon show Off Campus right now, it's a hockey show. It's super popular. Maybe you should watch that one instead of that boring.
Well, I'll give you another good show. Jason Sudeikis is am I at number 4? Is my number 4 hitter. A lot of comedians out here. And he's rising. He's out.
Wait, Jason Sudeikis is a Cubs fan?
Oh, he's been there. Coach Beard is a Cubs fan, too. The actor, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head right now.
I don't think I knew that.
Is a Cubs fan. So Sudeikis has been with him at games recently. And it's interesting. I wonder if you see Jason Sudeikis, because he's kind of got that gruff beard, and he's always wearing a baseball hat at the games.
Yes.
I don't know if you'd recognize him as a celebrity right away. It would take you a few. You'd be like, I kind of recognize this guy. Who is this? I don't know if you'd recognize him as
Are you sure he's a Cubs
Jason.
fan, or is he just a baseball fan?
I'm taking him as a Cubs fan.
I know him as a Cubs fan.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I will go. All right. Fourth will be, it's got to be George Wendt. The super fan, the late George Wendt from Beverly himself, from Cheers. I'm going with Norm.
You went politics, so I will too. And this one is controversial, and not because of the politics part of that. We're leaving this out. We're just going by celebrity
because
status.
She's really not a fan anymore.
Exactly. Hillary Clinton.
Yes, she's a Yankees fan.
Well, there's some rumors that she only did that for the political game, but we're not going to get into that anymore.
Yes, that's actually true. You're right. I will go Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I'll go
Chance.
musician, Eddie Vedder.
Oh, that's a real good one. That's really good, but you should not have him batting
Someday
fifth
they'll
or
go
sixth.
all the way.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
I will go with. Now I'm getting in trouble. Dennis DeYoung from Styx. Do you even know who Styx is?
No.
Come on.
Your lineup isn't as deep as my lineup.
All right, all right. I'm still gonna go with Dennis DeYoung.
Give me Jim Belushi.
That's weak.
Is it?
Yes, he is.
Mario, are you saying that is weak?
Is
or
weak.
No, I think it's strong. I love Belushi. He's like one of my favorites.
What?
I love him. Like I would, if he walked in, I'd be kind of starstruck. Not gonna lie.
No way.
I swear on my life, my dad was a big Belushi brother. Like loves him.
John Belushi, yes, but not Jim.
Okay, that's fair. My dad loved him.
Oh, I just don't think. I think John was the talented one. Jim is a wannabe. Anyways, I'm gonna go with. How about Jenny McCarthy? She's still a celebrity from the South Side.
Okay.
Yeah, Jenny McCarthy.
I will go with. Oh, what's his name? He's the guy who's. I'm forgetting his name. I'm blanking. The guy who's in the show with Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah. Jeff Garland.
Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
I'll go with Jeff Garland.
All right, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. You're going a little deep here.
There are so many comedians who are Cubs fans.
Yeah. You wonder why? I'm going to go with. Who narrated the Sox DVD from 2005? Michael Clark Duncan. He's also dead, but I'm still going to go with Michael Clark Duncan.
I will go. What number are we at now?
This is 8.
8. So this is number 8 right here.
Yes.
I will go with Billy Corgan.
Yeah, you got to. Like, he should have been up higher. I mean, come on. He totally should have been up higher. All right, so this is my 9th one. Oh, boy. I guess I can't really go local politics because that doesn't count. I mean, national, yeah, president is good. You know,
Secretary of State.
A Secretary of State, First Lady. That's good. Oh, boy. All right. You guys, I need to go to the bullpen. I need to consult before my
can't
ninth.
even fill out a lineup.
My 9th and final one. Should it be Mr. T or Steve Perry from Journey?
I know.
I don't know Journey, so I go Mr. T.
You don't know Journey?
I don't know Journey.
They sing "Don't Stop Believing."
No Journey. What?
You don't know "Don't Stop Believing"?
That's what they sang in the clubhouse.
I go Mr. T. Mr. T was pretty sick.
Okay, what do you think, Mr. T? All right, I'll go with Mr. T.
I would have gone.
I would have went Journey.
I would have went Journey because it's the anthem of the 2005 team.
But he wasn't a fan until A.J. Brzezinski and those guys started playing it in the clubhouse. So it's not like he was a fan going to games.
I think at this point we're just splitting hairs.
So there's a couple I could go here. I could go a couple of comedians from sitcoms because it seems like everybody's a comedian who's a Cubs fan. Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
I
I
could
thought
go
about
Jake
that.
Johnson from New Girl. He's pretty good as well.
Yep.
But the one I am actually going to go with, because the Sox can't match this. They can't match up with it. They don't have a super fan who has turned into a celebrity because he is a super fan. Woo-woo! I'm going Ronnie Woo-woo. Nick's giving me a look like that was a bad pick.
That's awful.
Jack,
you
that's
could have picked,
brutal, buddy.
You could have picked Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. You could have picked Gary Sinise, the actor, who is still on television today. You could have gone with actress Bonnie Hunt, Joe Mantegna, and you went with Ronnie Woo-Woo Wickers?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did. Sox don't have anything like that.
All right.
He's unique.
Let's go to the judge.
Uniqueness in the lineup.
Let's go to the judges. Let's go to the judges.
Okay, so I'm going off the people I'd want to go to the game with.
Okay.
Oh, interesting criteria.
This is my criteria. First up, Pope Leo. Yeah, I love God, and that's all cool and stuff, but probably going to be a big letdown at the stadium. Probably going to be a little bit of a buzzkill.
He's a big fan. I'm not defending
He's
the
probably
other
going to be
team.
a little bit of a buzzkill.
Why is he a buzzkill?
You don't think that he drinks beer and is cheering?
I'm going to be into the game, and, like, if there's a strikeout and I'm mad about it, I don't need someone going, nah, that's a sin. Like, I don't need that in my life.
But he was a fan, too, though. He was at those games.
Yeah, but, like, he was probably, come on now.
Do you think Pope Leo swore at the team?
No.
No.
No. I don't think so.
No.
All right, keep going.
All right, Obama would be a great time. I think I would love to, like, mess around with him a little bit. George Wendt, I did a quick Google on him. He looks like a good time. So that's about 4 in the corner. I put in good times for White Sox. Now we go to the Cubs. Bill Murray would be a great time. I heard he's kind of a booze bag. That's fun. Vince Vaughn, I would just want to hear some rants. Jason Sudeikis would be fun. Hillary Clinton, I actually would want there. Just like,
Not
I gotta
fun.
talk.
Not fun.
But I just want to
fun.
ask questions. Be like, so.
She's the queen of not answering questions, remember?
Okay, good point.
They did actually answer some questions.
Okay, good point, Peg. Not gonna lie, Jack, that hurt you a little bit. That hurt you. Andy Vetter kind of looks like a buzzkill.
Wow, really?
I think he looks like a buzzkill.
Oh, I interviewed him on the field. He is awesome.
Okay,
He's like
back in your corner.
He walks around with his bottle of Jim Beam or whatever it is.
Okay.
You know, yeah, no, he would be fun.
Okay, all right, back in your corner. He replaces Hillary. Belushi was a big one for me, and so was Jeff Garland. So I give the small edge to the Chicago Cubs.
Boom! Good drafting right there.
It's a bad take.
Wow. Let's go to Albert in St. Petersburg, Florida. He has a story about the Belushi brothers. Hi, Albert.
No, Peggy, it's Al from Portage Park.
Oh, no. Okay, Al, hang on. I'm going to put you on hold there, Al. We're going to go to Albert.
Sorry, Al.
That's all right. Sorry. I know Al from Portage Park had some horse
You have
racing
been dry
picks.
humped.
That's exactly what he just was. Oh, my God. Albert, welcome to the train wreck that is Peggy and Dionne today.
I'm sorry. I have to be cracking up a little bit here because, like, you were talking about dry humping, and I have a story about my grandmother. So this is great.
What?
Wait.
What did he just say?
Wait a minute.
I mean,
No.
I don't know how I follow that.
No. Oh, my God.
I don't know if I want that. I don't know if we
Please
can ask
don't
you.
tell me
Yeah.
it's about your grandmother and
No.
that.
Well,
Oh,
the story is
God,
about
I
my
thought that's what you
grandmother.
meant.
No.
Oh, good
Hey,
God.
Let's get the rig back on the road here, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Albert. It's your
Anyways,
dance floor.
So you will appreciate this story because my grandmother was the second female bus driver in DuPage County. She was only the second because she was the second person to fill out the paperwork. So small clerical thing. But yeah. But the Belushi brothers rode her bus back in the day. And whenever you saw my grandmother, she's sadly passed away by now. She would always tell that story to pretty much anybody who would listen to her.
So wait, where did she did she drive the bus for like the
the
public
county.
bus, the county?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And they
public
rode the
buses
bus?
back in the day. Yeah, well, I mean, they lived out in Wheaton back in the day. They had their family owned a restaurant out there, and yeah.
Wow. Did she say anything else about how they were?
She had nothing but nice things to say about them, just the politest kids growing up. And yeah.
I loved John Belushi. I just thought that I like physical comedians, and so I just thought he was wonderful. When I saw Jim Belushi in what was the movie this year that was up for an Oscar? Oh my gosh, he had a small role in it. God, it was awful. Awful.
Did you ever hear the story of John Belushi on the set of The Blues Brothers?
No, and that was shot in my neighborhood in Park Ridge, a little bit of Park Ridge there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was the story?
Because he grew up in the area, apparently he would just wander off set while they were filming and just knock on random people's doors and go into their refrigerator and fall asleep on their couches, and producers would have to stand out into the neighborhood to find them. That's all in the behind the scenes scenes.
Really?
Stuff if you watch the movie. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't think I knew that. He didn't come knocking on our door. That would have been pretty cool.
Well, that would have been fun, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. All right. Thank you, Albert. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right.
Oh, God, that was so funny. Who, our two callers, Al
Both
and
Al.
Al and Albert.
I don't know very many Als.
I mean,
and now we had two.
And unfortunately, Nick just picked the wrong one. That was great, though.
That was on. No, I dry humped him. That was on me.
Oh, that was you?
That was me. I went Al, and I was like, oh, as soon as I realized it was the wrong Al.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I thought okay, that was Mario. So what was the movie?
Nice scoop, Jesse.
What was the movie that I'm talking about with the real strong accent? The Wisconsin accent. Goldie Hawn's daughter was up for an Academy Award. Oh, my Lord. Help me. I'm old and forgetful.
You lost me here. I got no idea.
This is driving me crazy. Anyways, there was a scene where they're in Wisconsin and the bus driver or something, and it was Jim Belushi. And he put on a Wisconsin accent that either you're from so far up north that you sound like you're actually Minnesota, or
like in Fargo when they all talk like that. Yeah.
Or it actually sounded more like a Chicago accent. And I got really annoyed. I got really annoyed by it. I'm sorry. That's just some people. Doesn't that happen? Like when you see someone in a movie, you're like, oh, I can't stand that person. And
yeah.
Then it just,
No, and then it ruins the movie for you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that was it. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, what do you want to talk about?
What Sam Antonacci said really has me excited for this ball club, and it's very specific, and it's very representative of what this team is. So I want everybody to hear it because I thought it was really cool.
We'll talk more Cubs Sox when we come back.
You're listening to Peggy and Dionne on Chicago's home for sports. This is ESPN 1000.
When Cap and Jay Hood are over, the fun continues. Tell your friends and enemies. It's the Carmen and Yurko Show. Weekdays from 9 to noon on the home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago on AM, on app, on YouTube.
Presented by Advantage Dealer Group.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. Summer's almost here and there's no better time to upgrade your backyard with a hot tub from Bullfrog Spas. During their Memorial Day sale, you can save up to $4,000 off MSRP and get a free audio upgrade on select models. Bullfrog's patented Jetpack therapy system lets you personalize your massage like no other spa. Take advantage of their exclusive factory-certified scratch and dent inventory. Do not wait. Visit a Bullfrog Spas factory store near you before May 26th and let them know that Sylvie sent ya.
At Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, we make home service easy. We guarantee same-day service and installation with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. Family-owned for 53 years, Four Seasons has over 30,000 five-star Google reviews and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. For all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs, for all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
White Sox baseball, presented by Chicago Sports Network, is on WCIU The U. This weekend, don't miss the Sox take on the Cubs as the Crosstown Series continues on the South Side. Watch tonight with Chicago Sports Network coverage starting at 5:30 on The U. Watch the Sox on The U, over-the-air channel 26.1 and YouTube TV, plus Xfinity 183 and other cable and satellite providers. Cubs, Sox in the Crosstown Series, tonight at 5:30 on The U.
The Chicago Wolves are in the AHL Central Division Final.
As the Wolves will look ahead to round number 3.
The Wolves play the Grand Rapids Griffins in Game 3 of Round 3 of the Calder Cup playoffs this Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Everything rises. The game itself, the intensity level.
Playoff hockey reigns in Chicago.
Chicago advances.
Get your Chicago Wolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game at Ticketmaster.com.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Hey, it's your buddy Tom Waddle, and I drive a Hawk. In the market for a new car? Shop HawkAuto.com, where they buy more so you pay less. Check their massive inventory of over 2,000 vehicles. They buy in volume so you save in volume. Plus, get all rebates on top of the Hawk Auto volume discount. Save even more with 0% financing for 60 months or make no payments for 90 days. With 12 convenient locations, your next car is closer than you think. Drive what I drive. Drive a Hawk.
HawkAuto.com.
Financing on select models with approved credit.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Atlas Roofing provides the best value in architectural shingles. They feature a limited lifetime warranty and wind resistance up to 130 miles per hour. Plus, their super wide design saves on installation time. Get a free estimate on your shingle project today with our easy-to-use design program in store or on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Follow Chicago's Home for Sports on Instagram at ESPN_Chicago. Now back to Peggy and Dionne.
This is ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports.
It's not the most fun, but it's fun getting on base, and that one hurt a little bit more the other night. It's definitely cold. Some people were saying it was on purpose, but I'm all for that. So I think that's how baseball should be played. That's how it was back in the old days. So I know we let 2 pitches go away and hit 2 of their guys. So I'm glad that they picked me.
Sam Antonacci.
Wow.
Sam Antonacci has had 104 plate appearances in his big league career. He's been hit 8 times. That leads the majors already, and he's only been up for 27 games.
Wow.
He gets hit a lot. I think he crowds the plate a little bit because he tries to get on base.
Stance, he's like crowding.
But he's also the guy who's taken second on ground balls up the middle because the fielder's playing it slowly. He says he likes the old school baseball, and that's the way the game should be played. He's just happy to get on first base. Sam Antonacci for the White Sox. And for me, that Mike Vassell was talking with us earlier. You can listen back on the podcast once it's up after the end of the hour here. And Mike Vassell was talking about this culture and the way this team is embracing the South Side and how the rules don't apply to them.
Yeah.
To me, that's representative of what this team is like. Something is building here on the South Side. And the fans are getting into it too. I was there for Noah Schultz's debut, and you could kind of feel the energy building. And then this weekend with the team in a playoff spot, up above 500, going against the Cubs, the place was electric last night, and a lot of it was White Sox fans.
It's interesting the way Mike Vassell said that it's the guys that Chris Getz and his staff are signing and bringing in. Like, it's almost like they're going for a type. A personality type, which you don't typically hear that in baseball.
It's very Bears. Well, we've heard from the Bears this past season. They're going for guys who love football and love to play.
Yes.
And that's what the White Sox are doing right now.
Yes.
And that's why Mike Vassell's been such a big ad. Antonacci, Kyle Teal's another one of those guys who just has an electric personality and seems to love baseball, and they'll be getting him back soon from his hamstring injury.
Well, that's a reflection of today's athletes, that you have two types of athletes now. You have, with the NIL era, you have guys that are making so much money that you have to figure out which ones really love the game. Which ones really love the game and which ones are really in it for the paycheck. Because there are both. There are definitely both. And it's interesting that major league teams are actually looking at that in the makeup of some of these guys. But it was glaring on that team a couple years ago that it was missing.
You had guys who were hurt. You had guys, not that they should play through injury, but a lot of guys who were missing time, and it didn't feel like they were playing through injury if they had to. Yeah,
right.
And for this team, it just feels like you have a bunch of guys who are very well connected in that clubhouse and want to go out and win baseball games. And they've done that so far. And I can't believe Mike Vassell told us earlier in the show, too, that there's a belief in that clubhouse, that this could be a postseason team.
That's when he said that. But he did, with the caveat, say, maybe we're naive,
Doesn't matter, though.
Just dumb, but to have that attitude is phenomenal.
You have a group right now of mainly 23 to 26-year-olds with a few veterans sprinkled in between. And if they have the belief that they can go out and play harder than everybody else and make it to the playoffs because of that, that's a great sign for that ball club for the future.
Speaking of belief, the Cubs came out last night with a little extra pep in their step. Guys were aggressive. It was almost like they were juiced a little bit in terms of the energy of working off the crowd. They broke out of their slump. Like multiple guys broke out last night. Good sign from them.
Moises Ballesteros finally got on base. I think he had, a 9-game hitless streak before that, and his month of May was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
So if he starts to hit, he was kind of early in the season, like this key cog in the lineup. He was moved up to the 2 spot in the lineup. He was batting in important positions in the lineup. And if he's able to start hitting again, that's a huge sign for the lineup. PCA had a big hit as well. He's starting to crank it up. He had a very slow start early in the season. Bregman had a slow start, but he's going to come around. They did have a pep in their step last night. It's an up and down team. They had a little bit of a down stretch, but now it seems like they're on that up and up again.
It was fun. It's fun to watch and see how just enjoyable the game was yesterday. Just fun to see. Good baseball, fun baseball, exciting baseball on the South Side.
It was absolutely
and I give a lot of that credit to the Cubs because they brought it. They brought the energy as well, and I thought that it was awesome.
It was great. The dueling PCH chants at the ballpark last night
were
awesome.
they?
A little bit. I mean, you had the PCH chants, and then you had some boos coming from the White Sox fans. The other thing too, take me out to the ball game last night was tremendous because you had take me out to the root for the, and you got both last night, and it was a lot of White Sox. I think I heard more White Sox than Cubs, but it was close last night at the ballpark. So that atmosphere it's the best atmosphere that I've ever been there for. I went to the Crosstown Classic last year, and it was it was whatever. It was Cubs and Sox were playing, so it was cool. Last night was it felt like a playoff game. It was an absolutely electric atmosphere.
There was no "Go Cubs Go," was there? After that?
Not that I heard.
Yeah, there
singing?
was.
Was
there?
there?
Oh yeah, we were singing it.
Seriously?
Me and Tyler were doing it to rub it in Aiden and Hannah's face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were singing it all on the way out. Yeah.
Can I just say I'm going to agree with the comment that was made on Carmen and Yurko about Hannah and Tyler. There's
Oh boy, you're going to dig into this?
There's
This
definitely
is not the direction I thought you were going. Go
There's
ahead.
definitely some chemical friction going on there. There is definitely.
I can't believe you brought this up out of the blue.
I just when I heard Hannah's name and the way they go back and forth, it is yeah, definitely. Hannah doesn't like that, does she? No, she doesn't like it at all when people say that. Maybe you just got to take it from some of your elders. We know it when we see it. And there is something going on there. Yep.
On that note, our YouTube and Twitch stream is brought to you by Woodford Reserve with more than 200 flavor notes. Woodford Reserve is more than a spirit. It's a spectacle for the senses. Great trip down at Woodford Reserve last week. I drank so much whiskey, Peggy.
I did not think you were I was a little worried about you.
Well, I went 2 years ago, and I drank a lot more whiskey 2 years ago. But the thing is, it's a marathon. It's so good, though.
But
when
whiskey,
it comes from the barrel,
you can't
it's
drink
so
it
good.
all day.
No, and you get so tired at night. But man, it was they did a great job. Great tour at the distillery. Ton of fun down there.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. You hung.
Yeah,
you hung. I was worried.
Did some karaoke.
Did anyone end up throwing up?
No, not that I know of.
Really?
We had a couple of close calls on the bus. Not from me.
What did you sing karaoke?
So yeah, that was a whole nother story.
Uh-oh.
I sang with Carmen.
Oh gosh.
Have you seen High School Musical?
No.
Oh, well, we sang Breaking Free from High School Musical. There were a lot of suggestions being
Carmen
thrown out at me.
sang something from High School Musical?
Well,
Peggy, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Jack went up there with Carmen, and Carmen had no idea what he was doing.
He didn't know the song. It was, which was a mistake. But
that's a big whiff on your part, Jack.
Oh my God!
I picked the wrong song, but I showed out. I'm not gonna lie, my performance was really, really good, but it was a duet, and we needed to combine. And that just didn't happen because he didn't know the song. I put my teammate in a bad position, and for that, I'm sorry, Carmen. But I held up my end, though.
Thank you for filling in today.
Of course.
Appreciate it. It's always
thanks
fun
for
to
having
have you.
me.
Come on. We would have you anytime. Anytime. Appreciate you. That's Jack McGrath. Thank you to Mario Heron as well, our local hillbilly. And Nick Palazzolo, one of our new producers. Thank you to Mike Vassell as well for joining us, and Jesse Rogers for helping hook him up even on graduation weekend for Jesse. He came through in the clutch for us, so we appreciate it. Enjoy the Crosstown Classic again tonight, everybody. For Jack, I'm Peggy. Make it a good weekend.
Nice scoop, Jesse.
More Peggy and Dionne coming up.
On Chicago's Home for Sports, ESPN Chicago.
Sometimes the conversation can get away from the team on ESPN Chicago's Cap and J Hood Show. Fortunately, there's always room for a sidebar.
Just a quick sidebar, may I approach?
Sidebars on the Cap and J Hood Show are presented by Hankin Law.
White Sox fans, take advantage of our unbeatable season-long deals. Enjoy savings with a $5 concessions menu, which includes $5 Miller Lite draft beer, Garrett popcorn, Stadium buttery, Vienna hot dogs or Polishes, Beggar's Pizza, nachos, and select Coca-Cola products. Plus, enjoy a fan favorite this season. Get one ticket and 2 beers starting at $24 with Miller Lite Baseball and Brews. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/offers.
Water in your basement doesn't wait, and neither should you. This is Maria.
And this is Ken at Family Waterproofing, and we believe in doing the job right and respecting your time.
From foundation cracks to full basement waterproofing systems, we protect what matters most.
And now with our new Express Services option, if you already know the solution you need, you can book your project directly.
No extra appointments, no unnecessary delays.
Fast, straightforward, reliable.
That's Family Waterproofing.
Protect your home today at FamilyDry.com.
Family Waterproofing, your basement's best defense.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Who is it? Guests on ESPN Chicago join us on the Yingling Hotline.
Chicago office is calling.
I've been expecting your call. The Yingling Hotline, brought to you by Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. Nature is calling. No, not that way. Fishing, hunting, hiking, nature. Chauncey's Great Outdoors, Saturday mornings from 6 to 7 and available on demand on the ESPN Chicago app.
This is ESPN Chicago. WMVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is The Odds Couple with Chicago radio legend Mike North and midday host Carmen DeFalco. The Odds Couple.
On Chicago's home for sports, ESPN Chicago.
Welcome into your weekend. Time for another episode of The Odds Couple on ESPN 1000 and the ESPN Chicago app. Mike North, Carmen DeFalco, glad to be with you. We roll into a Cubs Sox weekend that for the first time in a long time feels like it actually means something, and that is a beautiful thing. The White Sox swept the Royals. They have won 11 of their last 15. They are above 500, if you can believe it. The Cubs have one of the best records in all of baseball, and they snapped a 4-game slide with a big win against the Braves. Anytime you're staring down the barrel at Chris Sale and potentially a 5-game losing streak, you can't feel good about yourself, Mike, but the Cubs did just enough to scratch across a few runs. The pitching was great. Sale actually took the loss, but lowered his ERA. That's how good he was. But the Cubs needed that win. That was a good win for them to get. And now we roll into a fun weekend on the South Side.
Yeah, Carm, good to talk to you. Good to talk to our buddy Eric Ostrowski and everybody else that listens in. And we've been getting a ton of hits, and we appreciate it every single week. Plus, we're on tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so it's going to be great, folks. I'm going to be honest with you, Carm. I said it on Carmen and Yurko, and I meant it. I wasn't sure because this is a Bear town. But if the White Sox were to make the playoffs, it's got to be in Carm's world, because I know, Carm, you said that the Sox, that would be a bigger thing.
Yes.
And I got to agree because I didn't. But I never thought the Bears. Do we remember how the Bears season was, too?
Well, bigger in terms of, like, how much of an upset it would be. I think it'd be a bigger upset.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think it'd be a bigger upset than even the Bears making the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's a big – let me tell everybody this. This is huge for both teams. One is, are we good enough? And the other one is, are we good enough?
Right.
In other words, are the Cubs good enough to go all the way and win and maybe win a series in the playoffs or win the World Series? And are the Sox good enough to make the playoffs? And I think it's going to be a 2-1 type of situation. I don't think anybody's going to sweep. But, boy, what a great job that Getz and Venerable and all those guys have done. I did a video today. It's up on North to North. I'm wearing my Sox shirt, the Sox shirt that the last time I wore it was 2016.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was behind my 1973 softball championship jacket. It's way in the back of the closet because they haven't done anything for a while. I do detest the term rebuild. People are talking that this was a rebuild. Nobody talked about this as a rebuild. This is just a surprise from a lot of sturdy ball players. They talked rebuild with the last group. Now, all of a sudden, this is a good rebuild. We don't know if this is going to be sustainable, but it looks that way right now, Carm.
Yeah, I mean, and the Cubs are good. I mean, we know the Cubs are good.
But the problem is, and when I was with Jesse Rogers, he said it on the show, so I'm not talking out of school with Jesse, but we both said, you know what? The one thing about the Cub lineup is there's not one hitter that you're terrified of.
Right.
That's going to be like an Aaron Judge and Ohtani or somebody like that. They're all like Bush has 3-4 homers. Suzuki has 7.
Say is the guy that I feel like it needs.
But does he scare you? Does
Probably
Shea
not.
scare you with the 7 homers?
Right.
That's all they're missing because you need a slump buster.
Right.
There's going to be a 5 like they've had. When they go into a funk, they go in it together.
Mm-hmm.
When they go into like an historical run, they go in it together. There's no one guy that's pulling up everybody else. It's like let's all fail together. And yet they got a 2.5-game lead. But Milwaukee is lurking in other teams, man.
Yeah, well, and I think it's an interesting point because, like, if your lineup is slumping a little, if you're struggling,
you need a homer.
And sometimes all you need is that homer. You're right. And
but look what Happ did last night.
Yeah.
Boom, ball, home run. We win the game. Now he hit a homer, but you don't always think he's going to hit one. All I'm saying is that could change a lineup.
Oh, for sure. Like Judge changes the lineup. Schwarber changes the lineup. Yes.
The team changes.
Matt Olson changes the lineup. Yeah.
That's why I was surprised that we didn't push harder for Schwarber. I was, and I was surprised, and I think other people were too. I was surprised he re-signed with Philly, but I think he appreciates them. Other teams had a chance, but it's like, okay, he's a loyal type of guy. But, man, if he was in the Cub lineup right now, it changes everything.
I mean, I think,
right?
Absolutely.
But you can't complain. We have a 2.5-game lead, but we've been there before. And I just don't like we're like, you know where they are? Like us sometimes, street gamblers.
Yeah, sometimes it
with
happens.
The hitting that's happening for a while, and then when they go in a funk, it happens for a while.
Schwarber is third choice, by the way, in the NL 2 months in for MVP. He's 18-1. Shohei's the favorite at minus 290.
He's a good buy.
Then Matt Olson at plus 650. Yeah, Schwarber's got 18 home runs again. He hit his 18th last night. 18. It's not. It's May 15th.
And we're talking about Suzuki with something.
I mean, like, come on.
And yet, see, Schwarber's so good. He stole the thunder from Harper.
Right.
He makes Harper look ordinary.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. It was supposed to be the other way around.
I know.
So.
Could Davis? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's fun to. I remember the first one, the Cub Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a flight, and everybody was checking. That's how big it was. The very first Cub Sox series, and Caruso hit a home run in the basket. All right.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then I remember the fight. Me and BB were sitting first or second row on deck circle the Cubs when Barrett and Brzezinski went at it. Perfect. Unbelievable. So there's been some great theater, and this is going to be a great series because teams got bragging rights now. For a while, White Sox fans just hid. We hide.
Sure.
We don't still say, like Cub fans, we're good when they're in fifth place. Okay? I'm not starting a war here. But I'm hoping that the Sox win 2 out of 3. How about you?
Of course. And they are,
Sorry, Cub fans.
The Sox to win the series are plus 135. Cubs are minus $1.65 to win the series. So, yeah,
I'm still
absolutely
a Sox fan at heart. But
me too.
It goes either way. Then the team that has 2 out of 3 is going to be helped, and the team that goes 1 and 2 will get hurt a little bit. There were years I wanted the Cubs to win because they had a better chance of winning the division than the Sox did. So I'm not being hypocritical here. I'm more of a Sox fan. But I was also born in 1952. I'd like to see something.
Yeah, right. Davis Martin will pitch Saturday's game. He has
what a story!
What a story! He's got the second lowest ERA in the AL.
So is the rest of the pitching staff.
I mean, there's a lot of good stories right now with it. You're right. 162 ERA for Martin. Cam Schlittler is your leader at 135. He's also your favorite to win Cy Young. He's about 2-1. Dylan Cease in that 2.5, 3-1 range. DeGrom, especially after his great start against the Cubs last week, he's 4-1. You got to go all the way down to 60-1, Mike, before you find Davis Martin. I wonder if that's a good little prop swap buy right now.
Well, that's why the rumor was out that I don't think anybody believes in him because the rumor was out that the Sox, maybe at the trade deadline, would peddle him and even we talked about it. We don't see him as one of those Sales or Kerry Wood or in his prime guy type of guys. But he's getting the job done. But the pitching is just, you got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They did something in spring training. They look like a different ball club to me. I'm serious. They didn't go out and spend a ton of money,
I mean, they had a little to spend. They had to spend some. And Murakami, whether we like it or not, just kind of fell in their lap.
I do like it, but I was the dummy that made the statement. Look, if you're looking for another Ohtani, you're crazy.
Well, listen.
Guess what?
But nobody's going to be another Ohtani.
No, but I'm saying his stats are Ohtani-like right now.
It's been pretty good. I mean, it's been really good.
That's why baseball's the best. When Jordan was around, you knew he was going to win. But you never know in baseball what's going to happen.
You never know. It's so hard. And you're right. I mean, you think that the White Sox wouldn't be here without the starting pitching right now.
Or Murakami, maybe. Or well, I'm going to give the whole team credit. Nobody's besides Murakami, it's like somebody different every night.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know. I actually watched them the other night. I shut them off for 3 years, for God's sake. You turn on the game, it would be 7-2 in the third. They're down.
Yeah.
Their pitching's good. Their bullpen's been good. I watched that Schultz the other night. That was a tough game.
He's got to get the control under
right.
He's got to get the command under control. And when that happens, you're going to see how good he is. Yeah.
I like Vargas. He hits 2 homers the other night.
I know.
He's my new guy. I remember I wanted Jose Valentin afterwards, after his career. I wanted him to play Zorro. He looked just like him.
He did.
But Vargas is good. he doesn't seem. They don't seem intimidated. That's why. Yeah. But they're big. They're big underdogs.
Good vibe team right now. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Coming up, Luke Pergandy's going to join us from Prop Swap. We got Jim Miller a little bit later. We got best plays. We got games 6 tonight in the NBA. We'll talk about those. Plenty to do. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are just getting warmed up. It's Mike and Carmen with the Odds Couple coming right back.
This is the Odds Couple on ESPN 1000. The NFL schedule release is right around the corner. Hit me. And ESPN Chicago has you covered.
It gets no better, partner.
Breaking down every matchup, every primetime game, and what it means for our Bears.
What's up, Bears fans? This is Colston Loveland.
Touchdown, Bears! Colston Loveland on a throw by Caleb Williams.
Are you ready? Coverage of the NFL schedule release on ESPN Chicago. Brought to you by Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana.
Woodford Reserve is more than just a spirit. It's a spectacle. With more than 200 flavor notes, Woodford Reserve wows your senses, delights your palate, surprises you with every new sense and sensation. It elevates an evening into an event, giving you a new experience with every sip. So yeah, Woodford Reserve is more than just a spirit, it's a spectacle for the senses.
Kentucky Straight Whiskey, 45.2% ABV, the Woodford Reserve Distillery, Versailles, Kentucky. Please drink responsibly. Woodford Reserve is a registered trademark, 2026, Brown-Forman Distillery, Incorporated.
Are you looking for a future that's a home run? ETI School of Skilled Trades can help you get started in a great new welding or HVAC career fast. With a focus on hands-on learning, some of our programs can be completed in as little as 7 months. That means if you enroll now, you could be wrapping up your training before the next season rolls around. Visit eticampus.edu or call 888-830-7678 to learn more. ETI, it's your future. Own it.
Has the excitement of betting turned into worry? Feeling overwhelmed every time you roll the dice? Problem gambling doesn't just affect your wallet. It can impact your health, relationships, and peace of mind. But there's hope. Gateway Foundation is here to help you take back control of your life with personalized treatment options. You don't have to face this alone. Call Gateway Foundation today at 844-444-5780. That's 844-444-5780.
Is your old air conditioner running all the time but not cooling your home? Stop wasting energy and money. Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a complete AC cleaning and tune-up. And we'll include absolutely free a 1-year, no breakdown guarantee, all for just $89.95. That's right, we guarantee your AC will cool your home for an entire year or your money back. Call 866-4 Seasons.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
The Odds Couple with Carmen DeFalco and Mike North on ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports.
Welcome back inside this week's episode of The Odds Couple. Mike North, Carmen DeFalco, cruising along, getting you set for your weekend, Cubs Sox weekend. We got the NFL schedule release this week. We're reacting to that. Plus, the second major of the year is underway outside of Philadelphia, one of the old historic courses that they don't get to as often anymore. But, man, you see how tough it is when those greens rear their ugly head, and that's the case right now during round two. So without further ado, let's bring in one of our favorite guests. We can talk about the golf and all the other fun stuff happening over at PropSwap.com and on the PropSwap app. We talk to him every week on the Yingling guest hotline. Say hi to Luke Pergandy.
Without further ado, what's up,
Hi, Carm.
Luke?
Hi, Mike.
How you doing,
What's
buddy?
up, buddy?
PGA Championship this week. Always great. These majors are always great for PropSwap. You guys buy and sell a ton of tickets. You got a wild leaderboard. Look, we're not even halfway through. It's Friday. We're taping the show. We're taping the podcast. There's a long way to go. We're like a round and a half in, barely. But it is a crazy leaderboard. First of all, it's a very heavy international leaderboard. I see South Africa. I see Germany. I see, is that New Zealand or Australia? Sometimes I get confused. That might be New Zealand. I see Japan. I see the U.S. I see England. It is a pretty diverse leaderboard, but there are some names up there that you wouldn't expect. And that's always a huge part of how people can make money at PropSwap, Luke.
Yeah, Hideki up there. He is fourth lowest as we tape this. He's 16-1. He was 50-1, so you could make some money there already. Minwoo Lee, he's 13-1. He's third. He's fourth. He was 100-1 was Minwoo, so that you could make a ton of money there selling that on Friday. I like Cam Young at 22-1. I think there's some value there. He opened at about half of that. He was like 11-1 to open. So I think there's some value on Cam. And then lastly, maybe some Patrick Reed at 45-1. He seems to usually be in the mix come Sunday. So yeah, those would kind of be my couple tickets to buy now. And then, like I said, if you had Minwoo, Hideki, or there's this guy Alex Smalley. I don't even know who Alex Smalley is, but he's 18-1, and I can guarantee you he was like 80-1 or longer to open.
Yeah, well, Smalley, he's had a couple good tournaments, and his name's starting to get known. But the guy that you got to also, maybe he's got to be an underdog right now, even though he's two back. Scheffler's in seventh place at -2, okay, but it's Friday. And he's played 14 holes. So right now, is he plus money, or is he? Because I would imagine he can't be a
Scotty's
whole
plus
ton.
270.
That's pretty good price right now to jump on Scotty Scheffler two back. I know what you guys, we want to hit the home run, but it's okay to hit a single or double once in a while. And I think Scheffler would be at plus 270 a good buy, don't you, Luke?
Yeah. If you can get him, within, I would say, 4 to 5 strokes before the halfway point of a tournament, like he's always a good buy. It's just the guy has been nearly unstoppable, at least, with PropSwap in mind. Like he's always going to be in the hunt and you'll always have the ability to resell a Scotty Scheffler bet as opposed to other golfers. Not as good of a resale value as opposed to the world number one.
How's the NFL looking now that the schedule has been released? You really get a good idea about who's got a tough travel schedule, who's got games stacked on top of one another that feature short weeks, the rest advantage or disadvantage. Vegas can slightly, for the final time, sort of tweak the prop bets for wins. How excited do people get now to look to buy up some of those tickets, or maybe even some individual award tickets, Luke?
Yeah, so we'll start to sell a few. Obviously, that was kind of the last domino to fall on Thursday night in terms of when these games would be played. To exactly your point, the rest schedule. I saw the Bears got a pretty good report card for rest schedule, so not a ton of short weeks for important weeks relative to some other teams. So if you look at the divisional odds, Lions still in first place according to FanDuel. Bears at 3-1 to win the division. I like it. I don't love it. I think it's going to be harder than last year. We're not really going to surprise anybody. You can make the argument teams might have not as prepared as hard for us, knowing our first few games of the season, the Bears didn't start very good and got trounced by the Lions in that first game, and then of course finished really strong. But there's some value there at 3-1 to win the NFC North. Absolutely zero faith in the Dolphins. They are 30-1 to win the division. That is, I believe, the longest division odds. Yeah, longest division odds by a wide margin. Cardinals also 30-1 to win their division. Obviously, that ain't happening with the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. Good luck with that. But yeah, the Dolphins, no faith in the Dolphins. Bills are minus money to win the AFC East. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it sounds like the old days with New England when they ran the AFC East, that it's going to be a long, long time before somebody could supplant them. Want to talk to you about, first of all, it's funny, if you have a local radio station like we do here at AM 1000, it's okay to talk about, the schedule with the Bears. But if you're doing a national show and you're going down the whole schedule, boy, you want to talk about boredom plus. I know it's a lot of hype. It's boring.
Mike,
it really is.
I thought that schedule release, I watched ESPN schedule release for about 6 minutes. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I got
this is terrible.
Well, let's talk baseball, because now the Inner City Classic or whatever they want to call it. You got the Cubs, Sox. You got, of course, the National League versus the American League. Kansas City versus St. Louis, Miami. I mean, I got to imagine that, is there any prop bet? I'm sure there's going to be prop bets and stuff like that. Is there anything special for those series, or is it basically the same and then prop swap more into the futures of Major League Baseball?
Yeah, so I mean, we'll have straight bets on who will win, just Cubs or White Sox money line. We'll have stuff like that.
Right.
You won't see a ton of the prop stuff like, will PCA hit a home run or something like that. The odds just don't change a ton because it's basically binary. It's either a win or a loss. Like if either he hits the home run, it's a winner, or he doesn't, it's a loser. But you'll see people post, if you can get the White Sox at a good price, and then they jump out early. Obviously, it's at the White Sox Stadium this weekend. So, you'll see stuff like that. I grabbed the White Sox to make the playoffs on DraftKings at a 12-1. So $100 pays $1,300. To me, like, why not? Who knows how that division's going to finish out? This team's not going to win the World Series, but just to get into the playoffs, I thought that was a decent value.
I think it's great.
You got a good price on it because they're down to 6-1, Luke. That prop is down to 6-1.
And there's no dominant team in that division. There's nobody that scares you. That's awesome.
Totally.
That's a
exactly.
good call, Luke.
It's like process of elimination.
Yep.
Yeah. Cubs, by the way, are minus 1,400 to make the playoffs, just to tell you how opposite it is right now. Fangraph's still giving the Cubs about an 84 to 85% chance of making the playoffs and about a 50% chance of winning the division. And the Cubs are minus 170 to win the Central. So, all right, Luke, enjoy the weekend, pal. All the golf and everything else, the NBA we've playoffs. We got a lot of good stuff happening, and we'll catch up again next Friday with you, okay?
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Enjoy the PGA.
All right, Luke. Thanks, buddy.
Luke I appreciate Luke sending the Instagram. Yeah, Gibson's, I want to thank them very, very much for They took out an ad, and it really was when the zenith of when Gibson Steakhouse took over. They're celebrating 35 years or something like that in the 90s. And they had Sid Luckman, Jordan, all these big guys. I'm looking through it as it's on Twitter and everything. And there I am. Dope!
It's great.
And right after a 93 White Sox-Toronto playoff game, I got my White Sox Zubas on. We didn't care how we looked when we went to the White Sox game. And my Sox jacket and a Bulls undershirt. That's when I loved all our teams.
Well, yeah. Glory years.
Those were the big years. And now we're having it again.
I know. At least the Cubs and Sox have some juice going into this weekend. Both teams
there you
well.
go, buddy.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We come back here. We got great stuff to still break down and get you set for the weekend, plus Jim Miller in a little bit with some ponies, and we'll give you best plays for the weekend. Don't go anywhere. It's Mike and Carmen. We're the Odds Couple, coming right back.
This is the Odds Couple with Carmen DeFalco and Mike North on ESPN 1000.
Feeling left out because the Grip It and Sip It Classic sold out? I'm going to do you a solid. What's up, guys? It's Carmen. Join me Thursday, May 21st at Stadium Club in McCook from 6 to 8 p.m. Someone will win the final twosome on Team Carmen and Yurko for the Grip It and Sip It golf outing presented by Yingling Flight at Seven Bridges. Let's build an all-star team. So join me Thursday, May 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. at Stadium Club in McCook. Let's have some fun. Team Carmen and Yurko is sponsored by Blue Chew.
You know they call me the good kid, but I'm not here just to be good, and I'm definitely not here to be average. When it comes to performance, I want to feel confident, ready, and know I'm bringing it every single time. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar with Blue Chew Gold. This is a 4-in-1 formula designed to work on both your body and your mind. You get 2 proven ingredients that support blood flow, plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection. That means you're not just physically ready, you're mentally dialed in too. It dissolves right under your tongue and can start working in as little as 15 minutes. Less waiting, less worrying, more confidence. Ladies, if you're listening, send your man the link. Help him bring home the gold and make him a trophy husband. Oh, we've got a special deal for all of our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code ESPN. That's promo code ESPN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring.
Hey, it's your friend Tom Waddle. You know, a great haircut is always a mood booster, but it's even better when it's convenient, too. And that's why you'll love online check-in at Great Clips. You just check in from your phone, and you'll get a ready next text when you're up next. Plus, with the convenient hours at Great Clips salons, you can get a haircut even when you're really, really busy. So if your hair and your mood could use a boost, download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Carmen, and I've got the golf course for you, a championship-style course, quiet atmosphere, unrivaled course conditions. I'm talking about Stonewall Orchard Golf Club. Stonewall Orchard's been one of my favorite courses in Chicagoland for years. Check them out up north in Central Lake County. Their pristine country club course conditions are a huge draw. They have been the host site for the Illinois PGA, several U.S. Open qualifiers, and currently the Korn Ferry Tour qualifier. Treat yourself to one of the finest must-play courses in the Midwest. Go to stonewallorchard.com and book a tee time today.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. I love May in Chicago, but those hot summer days are coming fast. If your windows struggle to keep the heat out, your energy bills are going to feel it. It's Sylvie for Window Nation, and I've seen firsthand how much of a difference new windows can make. My home stays cooler, more comfortable, and more efficient. Right now, you can take advantage of their buy 4, get 4 free sale, plus get started with no money down and no payments or interest for 2 full years. Don't wait. Visit windownation.com today and book your consultation.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan. AI for the trades.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
This is The Odds Couple with Carmen DeFalco and Mike North on ESPN 1000.
Welcome back inside this week's episode of The Odds Couple. Mike and Carmen with you every week on the ESPN Chicago app. Encore replay Saturday after Peggy and Dionne at 1. We got White Sox baseball, of course, all weekend. They're taking on the Cubs. We're your home for the Sox. We're also your home for Bears football. And we've got the schedule out now, Mike. The Bears are tied for second with the most primetime / standalone games in the NFL. The Bears and the Rams have 7. The Eagles actually have 8. And the Bears and Eagles will hook up in primetime on Monday Night Football along the lakefront in Week 3. So there's some Monday night games. There's Sunday night. There's Thanksgiving Thursday. There's Christmas Friday. There's a couple of late window Sunday games, that 3:25 window in which Tom Brady will be on the call. The Bears are in demand.
I put in my birthday for my 75th. That's in 2 years. Hopefully they could play on September 10th.
There you go.
So, you know,
whatever day of the week it is, Mike, it doesn't matter.
Well, they're going to take up every day.
Every day, Mike.
And it doesn't matter because TV's bad. TV was great when there was 5 channels. It sucks that there's 300 and there's like 4 good shows and they're all sports. I mean, I'm a gambler. I'm not going to get mad about it anymore. You know, the nonsense about they're playing 9 international games. We never ballyhooed the schedule when I first started in this business in '92. Now it's sort of like sports radio in this time usually is a down period. Yeah. But when the schedule comes out, I said, I mean, you know, if you're local, doing the schedule for the local team's good. But I watched the show for a while for about, like Luke said, 6-7 minutes and shut it off because they're going over. Some teams don't even have a quarterback yet, and they're telling you what they're going to be doing. But it's sort of like the big plane that flies over the forest fire and drops all the water. Mm-hmm. It does give the hosts, which I'm for, an interesting topic to talk about. I heard you guys today. You and Carm, great show, folks. Check it out every single damn day because they bust their ass. And I heard all the predictions. And I put down a lot of W's for the Chicago Bears. Yeah. But I have them in the Jacksonville type of situation that Yurko has Jacksonville in. And he's right. Like, you don't know what they're going to do, right? And you don't know what the Bears are going to do this year. Right. I don't.
No.
They're not the 85 Bears. And all 4 people were jumping in, and it sounded like the 85 Bears, you guys were rattling off what the 85 Bears were going to do a couple times. Well,
I had them going 10-7, which and even
that's
that
respectable.
Even
that should happen.
It should. Even that might.
It should happen.
But I do agree with you that they still have to go out and prove that they're capable through a difficult, challenging schedule now of building off of what they did last year.
And they got rid of 2 or 3 guys that helped them last year. And they're gone. And regardless that they all got 1-year contracts, they performed when they were here. The secondary especially.
Look, this team hasn't been in the playoffs in back-to-back seasons in 2 decades, okay?
You don't have to tell me.
And I think it is very fair to say
you're hopeful,
I'm hopeful, but it's not going to be easy, Mike.
Because every year there's 7 new teams in the playoffs. Now, who are the teams that aren't back? That's what Carmen's saying, folks. That's all we're saying.
That's all I'm saying. This is no slam dunk that they're going back for the 2nd straight year. It's no slam dunk.
No, it isn't. I want to see it again, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And I think they can. I like the fact that the quarterback's coming back. He's got to improve. They did improve some in the draft. I didn't think it was a knockout draft like everybody talked about, but they had the knockout draft last year, the Loveland. And, you know, you're not going to have it every year. I thought the draft was a little porous this year, but I'm looking forward to it. Hey, by the way, can I just say something? I was at another radio station, and they paid me a lot of money. And I don't bum rap it. I'm at this station. They take good care of me, and they always have. And Carmen and Eric have been great. I don't bum rap it. And the same thing goes for Fox Sports Radio. When I've been in this business 35 years, and nobody here really hears me bum rap any of the stations I worked at. And Lane Kiffin's a dog. That's all I'm going to say. For being around for 6 years, getting $9 million a year, and getting an extension in 2023, and then playing the race card. Are you kidding me? That would be like me torching the other station I was at. I would never do it because they took good care of me like this station does another. It's just, I don't know what you thought about that.
He's the worst.
I think he's a piece of crap.
He's the worst.
The son of Monty Kiffin. I don't care. What did he ever do? Okay, he was a Super Bowl assistant. This kid's had a silver spoon in his mouth since the beginning. He got a couple jobs when he was a child, and he's still an immature child to do what he did.
He's the worst. He's phony. It's fake. The crazy thing is, I
hate him worse than Brian Kelly, and that's telling me
that's saying something.
You went from Brian Kelly to this idiot.
I think he's a really good play caller, like really good. The problem is all the other things that you just talked about.
He has no presence and the BS. And by the way, Oxford and around that Mississippi area had no murders last year. Baton Rouge had 94. So, I mean, this nonsense and playing the card. What an insincere piece of crap. You were there for 6 years.
Yeah. He's awful. He's awful.
I had to get
I'm
it
glad
off,
you got it off
man.
your chest.
Jeez.
The nonsense, too, like when he went, I don't know what I'm making. I don't know what my contract says.
Oh, what
You're so
dog.
Disingenuous. You're so full of it.
Oh, and I'm
He's
glad.
awful.
How can you take a shot at where the Mannings went?
I know. It's crazy.
Unbelievable, man.
Right? I know.
Yep.
Bears are plus 320. We were talking about this with Luke. They're third choice in the division.
You got it,
I'll
Dave.
tell you, I would use it all as motivation, Mike. If I'm Ben Johnson, go ahead. Use it. Use every last bit as much as you can, as much as you want. Nobody's going to believe in us. We're third in this division. People think we're a big regression candidate and we're going to miss the playoffs. Go use all of it because, like we were saying, it's no slam dunk. It's no easy schedule. You're going to go out there. You're going to have to go out there and earn it.
My Uncle Joe, I was 5. He handed me a Bear Media guide. I love the Chicago Bears. I was 5 years old, 6 years old. He goes, look at this. I'll never forget. Now but of the candidates that could regress, you got to put the Bears in there.
Sure.
And I think you could put maybe Jacksonville.
I might put New England up there, Mike.
How about Texas?
But the Texans,
because they're the Texans. Yeah.
Boy, their defense is so good.
I know. I'll tell you who's back. Somebody's going to have to move for Detroit.
I think me, you, and Yurko.
Are we all in on Detroit? And Detroit maybe is overhyped.
I think me, you, and Yurko share the same sentiment on this.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Lions.
Absolutely.
Watch out for the Lions. Totally agree.
I'm not kidding you. Watch out for the Lions. The Central's as easy as the Sox division is, I believe. Okay, right. I don't think it's a match. The Bear division's a bit
brutal. It's a bitch. It's brutal.
And Jordan Love, he's got a lot to prove. You got great quarterbacks in that division, and Caleb Williams has to improve, but there's no doubt he's got the clutch gene. What I saw last week was unbelievable. I watched outside of the movie Our Lady of Fatima with Jennifer Jones. The second miracle I watched on TV over the last year was the Bear season.
That's right.
I'm not kidding.
You've got good quarterback play. You've got good coaching. You're so right. By Vegas,
Ben Johnson is really won me over.
Yeah.
And will he win me over if they go 8-9? Probably.
We'll see how it goes. By Vegas win totals, the Lions have the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Like the Bears did last year, sort of, right?
Yep. The Lions also play only one of their first 5 games against teams projected to have a winning record.
How many dome games?
They play a lot of dome games. Between weeks 4 and 16, the Lions play just 3 outdoor games. One is early October in Carolina. One is early November in Miami. Those don't scream bad weather games. And one is a neutral site game in Germany. So you nailed it.
And they don't
a lot of climate control, which is good for them.
And the outdoor games that you just named don't scream tough teams.
They don't scream tough teams. They don't scream bad weather. So I'm with you. Watch out for the Lions.
Minnesota? Minnesota's like the mystery man. Who's coming through door number 3? Is it going to be a winning team? Is this O'Connor that good a coach that he can turn this around? I'm hearing him hype this quarterback like I didn't watch him in other years. Like he's going to just come in this division and take over. I don't think that's the case, Tua. So what do you think?
No, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. Sorry, I get the two mixed up. Kyler Murray, yes.
So
do you see it?
So last year, by quarterback rating, okay, the Minnesota Vikings were third worst in the NFL. They had a 72.1 quarterback rating.
After having Sam Darnold.
Oh, I know. Only the Jets and the Browns were worse. With that said, arguably with the third worst quarterback play in the league, they won 9 games. So
that's pretty good.
They
got a good coach.
I think you're right. They got a good coach. They got a bunch of good skill position players. And they, at the very least, in Kyler Murray, have a quarterback that was a former number 1 overall pick that has played like a fringy top 10 quarterback at times in his career. So
I think
interesting team to watch.
Again, Dallas is getting hyped, folks. This is a big year for that Dak Prescott and that Dallas franchise. It's been a long time, and people still prop him up. He's making the $60 million. You got to do something this year. But I will say this too about our Central Division or North Division, whatever they want to call it. I've been through like 10 name changes since I've been a Bear fan. The Central Division or North Division coaches are as good as any as a group.
Yep.
In the whole league.
Yep.
Period. LaFleur, the Green Bay coach,
LaFleur.
LaFleur. You got the Dallas, Detroit coach, Campbell. Minnesota with O'Connor, and then you got Ben.
Yep.
Pretty
very
tough
good.
Crew.
Yeah.
Tough crew.
All right, coming up next, Jim Miller's got ponies, and we'll give you best plays for the weekend. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back, guys. It's Mike and Carmen. We're the odds couple on ESPN Chicago.
This is the Odds Couple
on ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. Summer's almost here and there's no better time to upgrade your backyard with a hot tub from Bullfrog Spas. During their Memorial Day sale, you can save up to $4,000 off MSRP and get a free audio upgrade on select models. Bullfrog's patented Jetpack therapy system lets you personalize your massage like no other spa. Take advantage of their exclusive factory-certified scratch and dent inventory. Do not wait. Visit a Bullfrog Spas factory store near you before May 26th and let them know that Sylvie sent ya.
Hey guys, it's Tyler Rocky. Golf should be comfortable, it should look good, and it definitely shouldn't feel stiff. That's why Pins and Aces works for me. Their apparel is made with premium materials that are lightweight, breathable, and actually move with you through your swing. The fit is clean and modern, not baggy, not tight, and the designs are stylish enough to wear on the course and keep on afterward. From gloves to head covers to apparel, Pins and Aces brings comfort and confidence to your game. Upgrade your golf gear for this season. Check out pinsandaces.com. Premium golf gear with an edge.
Save big money on your automotive needs at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life. Help prevent costly repairs with Shell Rotella T6 heavy-duty diesel motor oil. It offers better fuel economy, excellent wear protection, and improved deposit control. A gallon jug is on sale now through May 17th. Visit us in-store to see our entire selection of automotive products. And check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Who is it? Guests on ESPN Chicago join us on the Yingling Hotline.
Chicago office is calling.
I've been expecting your call. The Yingling Hotline, brought to you by Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
Why does buying a car have to feel like Game 7 pressure? It doesn't. What's up, it's Jay Hood. At Advantage Toyota in River Oaks, it's simple. Real numbers, no mystery math, and a team that respects your time. Imagine that. Respect. Go see the crew at Advantage Toyota River Oaks. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step Walk-in Tubs. Safety never felt so good.
This is The Odds Couple with Carmen DeFalco and Mike North on ESPN 1000.
Entering the home stretch on this week's episode of The Odds Couple, Mike and Carmen with you on ESPN Chicago and the ESPN Chicago app. Time to get out to the Yuengling guest hotline once again and bring in our expert handicapper from Hawthorne Racecourse. We got the Preakness this weekend at Laurel Park as they finish finish some of the rehab that they're doing at Pimlico. Let's bring him in to talk about all of the action. He is on the Yuengling guest hotline. It is Jim Miller.
Jimmy!
Boys, this is really a weird race this year because, like you mentioned, Carm, the Preakness is going to be run at Laurel Park. They're limiting the crowd to just 4,300 for attendance, so it's not like you're going to have this massive crowd. And if you remember, recent Preaknesses over at Pimlico, it was like a concert in the infield. It was a massive party, all of that went along with it. So kind of that stuff loses its luster a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you, the race itself is probably the best Preakness we've seen in 20 years. You don't have the Derby winner coming back, but you got a full field of 14. It's an incredibly challenging race. Every horse can win. This is a really fun race for the second leg of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, but I have to be honest. You don't have the Derby winner coming back. We talked about that last week, but Carmen and I brought up something after you left, Jimmy, and I said I'll ask you about it this week. Now, if you ever saw the movie Ted, Matt Damon goes to the sperm bank, okay? And, okay, the breeding shed.
Yep.
Let me ask you, is there a place that you can keep samples of the horse's sperm? Why haven't they done that with horses? Is there any way you could do that? Secretariat, back in the day. Let's say he's got a bad wheel. He's not up to it, and they want to get – is there anything like that?
So, yes and no. And there is, yes, but there's also rules in regards to how many mares a sire can cover throughout the course of a year.
But you can do that. You have
restrictions.
You have a turkey baster or
it can
something.
be done, yes. Yeah, okay. it can definitely be done. But it's something that just because of the rules within racing, you really can't do that. But yes, there is the potential for that.
Okay. Well, that would solve the problem, wouldn't it? With the dates. Or you can't do it on the regular.
It could potentially solve the problem. Maybe not
How
with
about
the
that,
dates,
Carm?
but just with these horses racing a little bit later on in their career.
Carm's got an idea for a business that down the line.
It is like it's got my wheels are turning now. Yeah. This race is a little bit shorter than the Derby, and then the Belmont's the longest one. Is that right, Jim?
Yeah, this race is 1 mile and a 16th, so a 16th of a mile shorter than the Derby. But I'll tell you, it's very similar to the Derby, Carm. There's a ton of speed in this race. There's a ton of horses that can close ground. It is a very evenly matched race. And think about it. How often do you see a horse that's the morning line favorite at 9-2? And that's what you're seeing in this race with the 9 Iron Honor. I think that's what makes it really cool because now they're saying even if the favorite wins the race, it's going to pay $11.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how are we wagering at the Preakness this weekend, Jimmy?
I like some prices here. So the way I'm wagering it, I'm looking to a horse that come from off the pace. We know Irad Ortiz Jr. has been very good. Yeah. He's riding the 5-horse Talking in here, a horse that's been improving in each and every start. So I'm going to pick that horse to win and bet across the board. And then I'm going to box it with 3 other horses. I'm going to use the 2 horses, Oselli, who came back from the Derby. I'm going to use the 9 Iron Honor. And then I'm going to use the 12 Incredible, who also came back from the Derby. It just seems like there's a lot of pace in here. Kind of falls apart. Somebody comes running late. And if Talking gets in the mix, that horse is going to be 15-20 to 1.
All right, Jimmy. Enjoy the race, buddy. And we'll talk again next week. Thanks.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Jimmy!
There's our guy, Jim Miller.
How about that, Carm?
I know.
You can do it. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. It's a great idea.
Well, somebody got to get. Why don't you buy a barn?
I know, right?
When you're on your whiskey tour in Kentucky.
Buy a barn.
There's a bunch of them out here.
That's amazing. All right, let's get to best plays for the weekend, buddy. Where do you want to start?
Last week I went 1-0-1. We had a push in the one hockey game and 1 the other. Carm,
I went 0-1.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah,
right.
Minnesota.
And yeah. Anyway, you go first. Start things off, and then I'll
Well, I think the Cavs are going to get it done tonight. They've been very good at home. They're 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread at home so far this postseason. They have really struggled on the road, but they got the big road win in that pivotal Game 5 a couple of nights ago in overtime outside of Detroit. Now they're going back home with a chance to move into the conference finals to play the Knicks. I think the Cavs get it done here. Averaging the third most points per 100 possessions at home in the postseason. Again, it's just that building's been good for them. So I do like the Cavs to win tonight, but I'll tell you this, even with that said, my favorite play in this game, I think Cleveland's winning, but my favorite play in this game, Mike, is a Cade Cunningham prop. So you can get over 27.5 points at minus 115. Now, he's averaging about 27 points per game in the conference semifinal series.
I bet that 27.5 with him. I think not the last.
Two games ago when he was under it.
He was under at 19.
He was at 19.
Started late.
He was at 19. You're right.
I won. But you know what? You're right. I mean, Detroit. Look, he has no help. God.
He's had very little. And here's the thing. No. He's coming off a 39-point performance, and in the 3 elimination games that they faced in the last series against Orlando, Cade Cunningham averaged 36.3 points per game. So it is kind of up to him, and I think he's getting to 30 tonight. So over 27.5 at minus 115 is my actual favorite play in that game for tonight.
All right. That's a beauty. Cade Cunningham, yeah, I bet that I don't usually do prop bets. I saw that. I go, they're putting a lot of heat on this guy. Yeah. And you know what? He's taking some shots. He's a little bit impatient, so we'll see what happens tonight. I'm going with interstate or whatever squabble. Kansas City versus St. Louis tonight.
Yep.
St. Louis at 4.85. Dustin May. Michael Waka at 4-2, 2.63. Yet St. Louis is favored in this one, minus like 115, 116. Take the St. Louis Cardinals in this game. They're a surprise. I think they're one of these teams can't beat the good teams, but they're bullies against teams like this. Kansas City reeling, after their weekend. So I'm going to start off with St. Louis. You got anybody else?
That's it for me, buddy.
I'm going to go. I'm going to just pick a random pick in the golf. I'm going to go the veteran, Matsuyama, who's right now -3 in second place. And I'm going to place a little bit on him on this open. It's something to do.
He's steady. He's solid. Why not? He's
steady and solid.
He's
You know what? That could be for anybody.
That could be. That's true.
A guy that goes around, comes around, and eventually comes here.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
A man's all over the place. It's Eric Betting Show.
All right.
Eric Ostrowski.
Eric gave me the pick. He had to run out of the studio. But he gave me the pick. He's all over. I'm telling you. But he did give me the pick. We were talking about that Pistons-Cavs game. Look, most of these games, the last few have gone over, but that's just because Vegas.
And at the end they get threes and stuff.
And Vegas responded. They kind of adjusted how they've been pricing these because Detroit's been so good defensively for a lot of the playoffs. He likes the under 210.5. This thing did get back bet up. It was down to 209 for a while, so he's getting the better of the number here. It's back up to 210.5 tonight in Game 6, and he likes the under.
Under 210 makes you nervous about the over with the guy from Detroit.
Always, yeah.
That's the only deal.
But that's Eric's play for the night. So
all right, buddy.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you to Jim Miller, and thank you to Luke Pergandy for joining us. Thanks, as always, to our executive producer, Eric Ostrowski. And most importantly, thank you for listening, everybody. So enjoy the weekend, the Preakness, all the hoops, the hockey, and Cubs and Sox, of course. And we will talk to everybody again next Friday on The Odds Couple.
So long, everybody.
This is The Odds Couple
on ESPN 1000, Chicago's home for sports.
Hi, I'm Tim Meadows. You've heard the phrase out with the old and in with the new, right? Well, buckle up because Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your old vehicle into new life-saving cancer research. More than 2 million Americans hear the words, "You have cancer," each year. That's why Stand Up to Cancer is dedicated to funding cancer research focused on finding cures. Donating is easy, pickup is free, and your gift may qualify for a tax deduction. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
At VA, veterans receive world-class health care and are treated with respect and dignity. Women veterans receive specialized care for their unique needs. Veterans with PTSD experience life-saving therapies. Paralyzed veterans access new technologies to improve mobility. Whole health is changing primary and specialty care at VA. For the care, respect, and compassion veterans deserve, choose VA. Visit choose.va.gov.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Tim Meadows. You've heard the phrase out with the old and in with the new, right? Well, buckle up, because Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your old vehicle into new life-saving cancer research. More than 2 million Americans hear the words, "You have cancer," each year. That's why Stand Up to Cancer is dedicated to funding cancer research focused on finding cures. Donating is easy, pickup is free, and your gift may qualify for a tax deduction. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
My name is Erica. My son, Kason, is a patient at Shriners Children. My oldest called me and said, Kason got burnt. I said, how bad is it? He wouldn't answer me. Before we could see Kason, the trauma doctor came in and said he needs to go to Shriners.
To survive a burn injury and to return to life unafraid and full of joy and be who you're supposed to be is what we strive to deliver to our patients. His injury was a big injury, and I think a testament to the care that we provide. He's fully functional. He's riding his dirt bike, doing all of the things that you would want him to do. I can't think of another system that has the impact on pediatric patients that Shriners Children's does. I wouldn't do anything else.
We're just so thankful that Kason is still here, because things can change in the blink of an eye. Go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Hey, it's your buddy Tom Waddle, and I drive a Hawk. In the market for a new car? Shop HawkAuto.com, where they buy more so you pay less. Check their massive inventory of over 2,000 vehicles. They buy in volume so you save in volume. Plus, get all rebates on top of the Hawk Auto volume discount. Save even more with 0% financing for 60 months, so make no payments for 90 days. With 12 convenient locations, your next car is closer than you think. Drive what I drive. Drive a Hawk.
HawkAuto.com.
Financing on select models with approved credit.
Did you know that for 80 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has been a lifeline for our nation's veterans with spinal cord injuries and diseases like MS and ALS, and all people with disabilities? In just the last 12 months, PVA has funded research of the first non-addictive pain medication in over a decade, partnered with an award-winning sports anchor to fight for accessible medical care for women veterans, ensured all women with disabilities feel seen and empowered with help from a top cosmetic company. And that doesn't even include what PVA have done over the last 80 years, like secured the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, pioneered wheelchair basketball, helped design iconic landmarks, made the DC Metro a model transit system, and wrote and distributed resources in over 60 countries in 4 languages. None of this would be possible without your help. Every breakthrough, every battle won, and every life impacted is driven by you. Visit PVA.org to learn more.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
For 250 years, brave Americans have answered the call to defend our freedoms. Wounded Warrior Project honors this legacy of service and sacrifice with life-changing support for post-9/11 veterans, service members, and their families. We help warriors access VA benefits, improve their mental and physical health, and provide them with career assistance so they can thrive for a lifetime. Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
Broadcasting live from the Chicago Board of Trade, this is ESPN Chicago, the home of the Bears, WMVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Well, only 20 stolen bases for Detroit this year. In for a strike, and as good as they are going first to third and running the bases, there does not seem to be much of an urgency to steal. The Blue Jays are even less than them, 29th in baseball with 16 stolen bases. And one of the best going first to third, though, the 2-1. Breaking ball in for a strike, 2-2 now on the curveball from Tommy Nance.
Base running is not done very well in the big leagues today, but the Tigers are very good at that, and it's partly because Joey Cora, their third base coach, is one of the best base running coaches in the game.
There goes the runner McKinstry, and the ball is pulled foul. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance. And so Perez facing a 2-2 count from Tommy Nance with McKinstry at first. Not running here, and the ball is popped up mile high into the clouds. Heineman dishes the mask right on top of home plate and reaches up with his glove hand to pull it in foul territory. 2 down.
Tom, I'll always be amazed how a catcher can identify immediately where that ball was. That ball, he's watching the pitcher with a mask on. The ball goes straight up in the air. He turns. He knows exactly where it is right away. I'm always amazed that catchers are able to do that.
Have you found that it's easier for them to pick up against a sky like this with a tapestry of blue and gray and white, or easier against a blue sky? Here's a pitch to Jake Rogers. Fouls it off.
I think most hitters have told me they'd rather hit in overcast conditions so the bright sunshine isn't getting in their eyes or anything else. But this is a pretty good day to watch a game.
A beautiful day here in Detroit. Temperature in the upper 70s. Had to deal with some sprinkles before the game. The wind has shifted a little bit, now blowing in from center field. Tied at 1. Runner goes. McKinstry. The throw down to second is in time, and he's thrown out at second base by Tyler Heineman.
Well, that is 2 great throws in this game by Tyler Heineman. We told you he's the best backup catcher in baseball, and defensively he has had a terrific day.
That is his 5th runner caught. That is his 6th runner caught stealing this season. At the end of 7 innings of play, Toronto 1, Detroit 1. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Rich Eisen here. Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge? Finding that person without sorting through resumes. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Connor Siebold is back in the big leagues, and he is back on the field for Detroit, replacing Kyle Finnegan, who worked 1 inning in the 7th, allowed 1 run on the home run by Pinango. And Siebold will face the bottom third of the order. Sosa, Jimenez, and Heineman due up. 8 games this season pitched by Connor Siebold, an ERA just north of 4. He had a couple of rehab assignments in the minors, Single-A Lakeland and Triple-A Toledo, and was activated yesterday by Detroit. Lenyn Sosa is 0 for 2 today, and the first pitch is in for a strike. And Sosa in the doldrums, he is 0 for his last 13. Siebold bends at the waist, leans in for the sign from Jake Rogers. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Pulled to the left side. McGonigal gloves it and lobs it across the diamond for the first out. 1 down. Well, Casey Mize was the story of this game for Detroit. 71 pitches over 6 shutout 2-hit innings before giving way to the bullpen.
A very encouraging start, and now we're into the Detroit bullpen. Connor Siebold has been, this is 30 years old, with his 4th major league team. He's bounced around quite a bit.
And the first pitch of the lefty Jimenez is upstairs, 1-0.
So Jimenez on opening day last year hit cleanup for the Blue Jays. And then as the season went along, he ended up hitting 7th, 8th, 9th to show you how much their lineup changed last year.
Chopper up the middle. McGonigal played perfectly to the right of the second base bag, and they're 2 down.
So he has made a bunch of routine plays in this game, but he is really smooth. It really looks like he understands the art of playing shortstop in this league at age 21.
One of the reasons they gave him that massive extension. David Schneider's going to pinch hit for Heineman with 2 down, and the base is empty.
Schneider, again, an important part of this World Series team last year.
That's from the right side. The first pitch misses away, 1-0.
But struggling this year, hitting 140. OPS is about 220 points lower than last year. Hadn't played that much, but
swing and a miss.
John Schneider calls him a dirtbag from New Jersey, and he means it as the ultimate compliment. He said, this guy has almost been released out of the minor leagues 3 different times and just keeps fighting his way back and has become an effective major league player.
Hitting for Heineman, who was just 2 for his last 28. The pitch catches the outer third for a strike. Schneider just 2 for his last 14.
Pitch was called a strike.
He's going to challenge. Well, he's 3rd in baseball in ABS overturns. And that one catches the edge.
Toronto has 1 remaining count.
Tom, you can't get any closer than that. The umpire got it right. I repeat, they deserve a little bit more credit for the job they do.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is a healthy cut. Siebold gets him with the fastball, and that will close the visiting half of the 8th inning. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Detroit. We are tied at 1 in the middle of the 8th inning. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends May 31st, 2026.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Tom Hart with Tim Kirchin, bottom of the 8th inning in Detroit. Tigers and Blue Jays tied at 1. New battery for the Blue Jays. It's now Brandon Valenzuela behind the plate. Now on the mound, Tyler Rogers.
Rogers has a 1.86 ERA. He throws that sinker 78% of the time.
He faces Jake Rogers, who's starting the sidearm sinker is popped up and out of play to the right side.
Again, Tom, we're always looking for guys with different arm slots, different deliveries, because they can throw you off. This guy's a submariner. He nearly drags his hand against the ground, and it's really hard to pick it up.
It's the lowest release height in the majors. Swing and a miss on the slider.
And he will not throw a pitch 80 miles an hour today, but he is a really effective pitcher, in part because of the deception of that delivery.
He releases it 1.3 feet above the ground, and the slider misses away. To your point, 74 miles an hour on the radar gun that time from Tyler Rogers against Jake Rogers. He has yet to allow a barrel this season. Batter's really uncomfortable. Swing and a miss for Jake Rogers. That was the sinker that time, and it is a strikeout for Tyler Rogers. Rogers replaces Tommy Nance, who worked a scoreless 7th. Before Nance, it was Fisher. He allowed 1 run on a Matt Dearling home run in the 6th. So back to the top of the order. Here's Kevin McGonigal. 1 for 3 in the first pitch upstairs with the sinker, 1-0. Second offering is in for a strike.
Pretty sure McGonigal didn't see too many motions like this in his 21 years.
Maybe somebody in the Philly Catholic League kind of messed around with it. Pitch from Rogers, swinging a ball popped out of play to the left side.
Of course, Rogers' brother is Taylor Rogers, who is a left-hander, and it's his twin.
Pitch from Rogers, swinging a ground ball down the third base line. That is a fair ball. Over to get it is Pinango. McGonigal takes one to the backside to reach with 1 out here in the 8th inning.
This kid just continues to impress. A couple of bats ago, took a ball in and just rifled it down the right field line. This time he takes a ball away, and seeing that there's nobody near third base, he shoots it over the bag and thought about going for 2 there, but it's not the time to go for 2.
Dylan Dingler at the plate now. 2-hole hitter and a huge opportunity for Detroit. He let that ball get so deep into his swing. That's what allowed him to come up with the knock. Popped up to the left side, foul territory, Okamoto, and he handles it for out number 2. I was talking with Josh Donaldson last night. He said great hitters get jammed. And his point is that if you get jammed, that means you're letting the ball carry and you're not out in front. As much as guys want to get the barrel on it, the deeper it gets in, the better hitter you're going to be. And yeah, you might come up with some broken bat bloopers for hits, but you're going to stay on time if you let it get deeper.
That was Tony Gwynn's whole thing. Just let it travel.
Here's Gage Workman. He's been an extra base machine since his call up from AAA Toledo, and watches the first offering miss away with the slider. 1-0.
Brandon Valenzuela now catching with Heineman out of the game. It's amazing he's able to play today after what happened yesterday.
Got one in the undercarriage. This one chopped to the right side, handled by Sosa, and that will take care of Detroit in the 8th. Missed opportunity after the 1-out single by Kevin McGonigal. We go to the 9th. Nothing decided. Blue Jays won. Tigers won. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
This is Freddie and Harry.
E-Dog Eric Hammond. E-Dog, who's number 1 on your list of the most obnoxious fan base?
Number 1 on my list actually kind of goes to what we've been talking about just about all day here. My number 1 is LeBron fans. You can't escape them, man. On the internet, it's exhausting, all the arguments. It's never LeBron's fault.
Oh, that's great.
For me, it's LeBron fans.
That's fantastic.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Lou, our wonderful makeup artist, just came in here. She's like, does anyone want anything? So she's like, oh, you know what? If you're going, I'll take a coffee. So I was like, if you're going, I'll take a bar. And she's like, all right, it's going to be on Kendrick Perkins. He gave me his phone, and neither of you batted an eye. You're fine with Kendrick Perkins paying for your meals?
Yes.
That seems odd to me.
I can Venmo Lou, and she can give it to Perk.
You're not going to do that.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
The road to the NBA Finals is happening now on ESPN and ABC. It's make or break now. Best on best now. Watch him say it with his chest now. Greatness is up for grabs. And the world is watching.
Just win.
On the home of the NBA Finals.
All the work, all the sacrifice.
The NBA Playoffs, presented by Google. Continue on ESPN, ABC, and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
1-1 game into the 9th inning between Toronto and Detroit. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. Tom Hart with Tim Kirkjian to the top of the order for Toronto in the 9th inning. And a closer, Kenley Jansen for Detroit. He's pitched a 3.97 ERA this season, 13.5 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched.
17 strikeouts in 11 1/3. He's got one of the best cutters in baseball history, and he throws it almost 80% of the time.
He starts with George Springer, who was 0 for 3 in this one. And the first pitch to Springer's in for a strike. 0-1. Springer is 0 for his last 11. Couple of groundouts and a strikeout here this afternoon. 9th inning tied at 1. Big Kenley Jansen waves the glove around as he comes set, reaches back and fires home and misses low with the breaking ball. That was a slider that time, and the count 1-1.
Every time I look at him, Tom, I think this guy was a catcher in his minor league career. How big he is.
That is a massive target. 1-1 to Springer.
So a bunch of years ago in a playoff game, Clayton Kershaw got a save. And the last time Clayton Kershaw had gotten a save in his professional career, Kenley Jansen was the catcher.
Pitch to Springer. Inside, 3-1. Jansen struck out 8 batters over his last 4 innings. He caved the side in a perfect ninth against the Mets 3 nights ago. 3-1 to Springer. Popped him up left side. Foul territory for Workman. Onto the track in front of the dugout. Nearly overran it, but makes the catch. And Gage Workman handles the first out of the 9th inning.
A big pitch by Jansen. Down in the count, 3-1. Leadoff guy starting a tie game here in the 9th. And he gets him to foul out. Big out there.
Lone run of the game for Toronto came from the bat of this hitter, Yohendrick Pinango, in the 7th inning. A leadoff home run, his first career home run. He has 2 of the Tigers' 3 hits. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch, Pinango looks at a strike. Lefty's hitting only a $150 against Jansen this season. The home run from Pinango was the first career home run, a tie game in the 7th or later since Munenori Kawasaki in June of 2013 for Toronto. Swinging, the ball tipped into the catcher's mitt. 0-2.
Kawasaki was a really fun guy to cover.
Yeah.
He had a lot of energy, let's put it that way. A lot of enthusiasm.
Outfield shades him the opposite way. A lot of room in the right field corner. The pitch is up and in. 1-2 strikes with the cutter. Louis Varland, the Blue Jays closer, is getting loose. Tigers will have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the home half of the 9th. Pitch to Pinango from Kenley Jansen. Swing and a miss.
And there's that cutter, and when he flings that thing, especially to a left-handed hitter, and it just sails across the strike zone and up like that one, virtually impossible to get to.
So here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 7 in the series so far.
And Tom, he has had 3 difficult at-bats today. He was way off balance for the second one, swinging first pitch the last time.
First offering, just missed away, 1-0.
Just looks so unsure of himself. And again, this is a really good hitter. Speaking again to the degree of difficulty of the game, when this guy can be this confused.
At 351 in April, his average has tanked in May, and fastball is in for a strike. 92 on the cutter.
What'd you say his last extra base hit was?
His last extra base hit was April 28th against the Red Sox.
3 weeks ago.
He only has 2 home runs on the season. The pitch. Swing and a hard hit ground ball to short, smothered on a diving stop, and McGonigal jumps to his feet and throws out the Guerrero by 30 feet. Kevin McGonigal with great range laid out for it, and it keeps it a tie game as Jansen puts down the side in order in the 9th. Blue Jays won, Tigers won. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Tom Hart with Tim Kirch into the bottom of the ninth we go in a 1-1 game. And Matt Vierling, who's provided the lone offense for Detroit, will lead off the ninth. He homered in the sixth inning for just his second home run in the last 32 games. And he gets to face a man with the lowest ERA in Major League Baseball. Lewis Varland has pitched to a .42 ERA. First offering to Vierling is inside with the fastball 1-0. He strikes out 13 batters per 9 innings pitched.
And 5 saves since he took over the closer's role. He has been absolutely brilliant all year, but especially since he became the closer.
Second offering to Vierling is tapped back to the mound. Varland tosses underhand after taking a few steps to first, and there's one out.
Varland was a great high school wrestler. I asked him what weight. He said 155 his senior year. I said, what did you pitch at? He said 185. He would put on 30 pounds after wrestling to go play baseball. And I said, how'd you lose that weight? He goes, every unhealthy way imaginable, including sleeping in a trash bag. What does that mean?
Here's Riley Green. First pitch in for a strike at 98. Yeah, Oscar the Grouch slept in a trash can. He would sleep in a trash bag and sweat it all out.
That's exactly right. And everything he does is the mentality of a wrestler. He is a tough-minded fellow.
1 earned run in 21 2/3 innings this season. The second offering four-seamer 99.4 misses low, but
called a ball. The catcher has challenged.
Brandon Valenzuela challenges, and he was right to do so.
Strike. Toronto has 1 remaining challenge.
I'm all in favor of the catcher doing this instead of the pitcher. The catcher's got it's got a better look at it. Pitcher's emotional. He threw the pitch. So I think that's a great idea.
Riley Green is 0 for 3 in this game, and that pitch missed away.
10-game hitting streak for Green on the line, at least in this at-bat.
Facing a guy who's got a 36.8% strikeout rate, second best in baseball behind only Jacob Misiorowski. Pitch outside. Misiorowski's strikeout rate is 39.6%.
Aaron Boone told me the game he pitched against the Yankees, he did not throw a pitch under 102 miles an hour in the first inning. Not one.
The pitch. Grounded foul of first. So when Varland's not striking guys out, he's getting ground balls. He's got a career best ground ball rate this season of 56.5%. That's 9th highest in the American League. The line, and the right-hander delivers. Fouled straight back. Riley Green was on that one, but it came in at triple digits, 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know, and when they got him from the Twins, you know, he was throwing 94, 95, and suddenly they looked at him and go, where did this come from? Now he's throwing 100, which he did all last October.
Pitch, swinging a ball, flared to left field. That is down for a hit in front of Pinango. It was a changeup that followed the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and Riley Green fights it off to left field to give the Tigers an opportunity in the ninth with 1 out.
And extend his hitting streak to 11 games.
And here's Spencer Torkelson, who was the hero last night. Torkelson hitless this afternoon. He's got a hat trick going, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And the first offering is low and away on a knuckle curve, 1-0. Torkelson now 1 for 6 this series. Pitch, swinging a ground ball foul of third behind Joey Cora, the third base coach's box.
You know, among the crazy things I keep are 4 strikeout games. And you'd be amazed how many 4 strikeout games we've had this year.
Has Torkelson had one?
Yes, he has, I believe.
Pitch fouled off to the right side.
So get this, Aaron Judge, who's the best player in the league, has had 15 4-strikeout games in his career. 15.
Unbelievable.
The record is 32 by Giancarlo Stanton for a career.
Varland delivers, and Torkelson watches the knuckle curve miss low and in. Taking 2 curveballs out of the strike zone in this plate appearance. 2-2 now.
And that 4-seamer is still his best pitch. They've hit that knuckle curve pretty well this year. I think he'll go back to that 4-seamer right here.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive up the middle for Torkelson. Came on a slider, and the Tigers have 2 on with 1 out. Riley Green advances to second. And it'll be the bottom of the order to try and close the deal for Detroit with Zach McKinstry standing in.
You're right. That's a slider that he just hung on the outside part of the plate. Good job by Torkelson, not just hitting that where it was pitched, up the middle.
McKinstry singled in his first at bat, popped up to third in his second, and reached on a Vlad Guerrero error in the 7th. 2 on in front of him. The pitch up and away, 1-0. Tigers looking for back-to-back walk-off wins. Pitch from Barland is grounded to the right side. In between, Sosa gets it and goes to second, but they can only get 1. And so McKinstry reaches on a fielder's choice, and Riley Green advances to third with 2 down. Guerrero started to come off the bag, wisely peeled back. And Lenyn Sosa's only play was to get Torkelson in the force.
And that was a close play at second base. Sometimes here you just take the out, but as you said, Guerrero would have had a hard time getting back to the bag. But by getting the out at second, or 2 outs, but at least you have a force at second as opposed to second and third.
And a mound visit from pitching coach Pete Walker. Colt Keith has been announced as the pinch hitter here in the 8-hole. Wencel Perez, it was 0 for 3. Keith went 1 for 3 last night, coming off of a 3 for 18 road trip.
And this meeting, I'm sure, is about first and third. If he's going to go to second here, we throwing through. What are we going to do? I'm sure they're not going to throw through here with a runner, with the winning run at third.
Remember, McKinstry was thrown out trying to steal to end the 7th inning. The runner that matters is the one 90 feet away. It's Riley Green at third base. Colt Keith, that's from the left side. The pitch is a fastball in for a strike. Pardon me, that wasn't a fastball. Came in at 87 that time, and the count 0-1.
No homers for Keith this year. He had 13 each of the last 2 years.
From the stretch, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Keith adjusts his batting gloves, asks for time. Try to catch his breath and slow this down. He's got the winning run 90 feet away. 24-year-old from Biloxi, Mississippi. Runner will go from first to second on indifference. The pitch, check swing on one in the dirt. They say a win. It was dropped. They're going to challenge. Throw down to first to get the third out. And that will take us to extras. So nothing doing for the Tigers in the 9th inning. No runs on 2 hits and 2 left on. Drop third strike, but they throw down to finish it at the end of 9 innings of play. It's a Blue Jays 1, Tigers 1. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Christine Lisi on the Major League scoreboard. Alec Burleson's sac flies, giving the Cardinals a 1-0 lead on the Royals top of the third. Diamondbacks and Rockies are scoreless, bottom one from Colorado. Coming up just after the top of the hour, Phillies at the Pirates. Philadelphia's Kyle Schwarber leads the majors with 20 home runs. He's got 9 his last 8 games. That's the second time in his career he's had 9 in an 8-game span. A program reminder, we've got a winner-take-all Game 7 for the Cavaliers and Pistons in that second-round NBA playoff series tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. The winner advances to face the well-rested Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Back to you, Tim and Tom in Detroit.
All right, Christine, thank you. As we head to the 10th inning, Vladimir Guerrero will be the runner at second base for Toronto. To be Okamoto, Varsho, and Sanchez due up for Toronto. Changes for Detroit. Zach McKinstry moves to right field. Zach Short replaces him at second base. And Tigers will go to the bullpen. Tyler Holton is the reliever in interest for his 20th appearance of the season, a 4.74 ERA. Okamoto is 0 for 3. With a strikeout and 2 flyouts. Small lead for Guerrero at second, and the first pitch misses low, 1-0.
Holton 4.74 ERA this year, throws 5 pitches, 6 sometimes. Cutter's the one he uses the most.
Second pitch is grounded to the left side, behind the bag, handled by Workman. Long throw, got him with a little stretch from Torkelson over at first base. Guerrero unable to advance.
And Tom, we talk about this a lot, but obviously the goal there is to get the runner to third with less than 2 out. Do whatever it takes to hit a ground ball to the other side and move him up, and didn't get it done.
So here's Dalton Varsho, who is 1 for 2, and he fouls one straight back. Are you okay with the runner at second?
No.
Or would you rather him, if we had one, would you rather him be at first?
I would rather him not be on the base.
Fair enough.
70 years old, Tom. We played the game awfully well. We don't need a ghost runner.
Pitch to Varsho, misses low. Some people say if you have him at first base, if you insist on having him, at least you bring a little bit more strategy into the game. Probably some more bunts of stolen base would be in play.
I would rather have it first than second. I would also rather not have it at all.
Lesser of the biggest evil. Varsho sends a line drive up the middle. Guerrero to third. He's going to be waved home. The throw from Vierling is cut off, and the Blue Jays take the lead. First lead of the game for Toronto, as Vlad Guerrero Jr. rumbles home from second on a Dalton Varsho single.
Well, again, this is what the Blue Jays so badly need here, is a big hit. And Varsho got a slider on the middle of the plate and stayed back on it just like we talked about. Drills it up the middle, and the Blue Jays have a lead.
And Miles Straw will pinch hit, but before he gets a chance to hit, we get a mound visit. Straw hitting in place of Jesus Sanchez, who was 0 for 3. 2-1 Toronto. 2 runs and 4 hits and 1 error for the Blue Jays. A run on 7 hits for Detroit and no errors. Previous to that RBI single from Dalton Varsho, the only other runs had come on solo home runs.
Tom, just to complete the point, some of the greatest games I've ever seen lasted 15, 16, 17, 18 innings. We're never going to have that ever again.
It's a shame.
Because of this.
Straw bats from the right side, and the first pitch low and away, 1-0. He's hitting .290 on the year. The sun is fully out finally, after clouds and rain to start the day. Offering is in for a strike on a cutter to Miles Straw. Temperature pushing the upper 70s this afternoon in downtown Detroit. Straw 6 for his last 20, and he pokes this one to right field. McKinstry moving into the corner, and on the grass makes the catch for out number 2. Varsho unable to advance. And that will bring us Lenine Sosa. Two to one Toronto. Trying to even the series with the Tigers. They'll play the finale tomorrow afternoon. Sosa is 0 for 3. Now 0 for his last 14, and he rifles one into the left field corner. It gets all the way to the fence off of a hop. Varsho to third. He'll throw on the late stop sign and go into the bag standing up. It's a 2-out double for Lenine Sosa, ending an 0 for 14 skid.
Riley Green did a good job getting to that ball very quickly and then getting it to Kevin McGonigal to make sure this doesn't score a run.
And that'll bring up Ernie Clement. He's trying to get his bat right and committed an error last night. It's a fantastic article in The Athletic about Clement's hijinks as a freshman on a national championship team at the University of Virginia. And he said learning how to be a pro in college is what has allowed him to have so much success. And the pitch is outside, 1-0. Set a postseason record for hits last year.
He had 30 hits. Nobody's ever had 30 hits in one postseason. And he was DFA'd by the A's 4 years ago. Amazing.
1-0. Golfed into left field. Coming around is Green and finds it and puts it away. And Clement retired to leave a man on. But the Blue Jays get a run across as Guerrero's able to score on a single from Varsho. And as we go to the bottom of the 10th inning, it's Toronto 2, Detroit 1. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Going. To the bottom of the 10th inning, it'll be 9-1-2, due up for Detroit Blue Jays with a 2-1 lead. Tom Hart with Tim Kirkjian. This has been a well-played game on both sides. A couple of solo home runs. Great pitching from Casey Mize, who worked 6 scoreless. And then Vlad Guerrero able to score on a Dalton Varsho single to give the Blue Jays their first run of the game. Two runs on 5 hits, 1 error for Toronto, a run on 7 hits, and no errors for Detroit. Jake Rogers is 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. And he swings a broken back grounder to short, throw over from Jimenez, takes care of Rogers. It's Keith, the runner, at second, and Jake Rogers put his lumber about 85 feet from the plate, where it's picked up by Okamoto.
And routine grounder to Ernie Clement, who we've acknowledged is a great defensive second baseman, third baseman, and shortstop. And by the way, Tom, the glove he's using, he got on eBay.
Did he?
Yeah, he got it from, it's a Mizuno glove. He got it from a Japanese lady on eBay, and he uses it in the major leagues.
I wonder if she knows. Shaw is now in left field, and a first pitch strike into Kevin McGonigal, who's got 2 hits in this one.
And no surprise, Louis Varland out there for a second inning. Not many closers do this, but he's not like many. That wrestler mentality, he's not coming out of this game.
0.42 ERA, the best in baseball. From the stretch, checks the runner, comes home. Ground ball to the right side. Guerrero gloves it, will take it himself. It advances the runner Keith to third. And there are 2 down here in the 10th. But the tying run now 90 feet away in the form of Colt Keith with Dylan Dingler coming up. So Straw now in left, Pinyango in right, and Clement over at short. Dingler is 0 for 3 with a walk. Marlin trying to close it out. The first pitch. Fastball in for a strike. Excuse me, that wasn't the fastball. It was a knuckle curve. My bad. And the count 0-1 to Dingler. And 8 home runs, 28 driven in on the year. 0-1. Chop foul. Another curveball. 0-2.
He's just pounding the strike zone, working really fast. It shows you how much the Blue Jays need this game. They're using their closer for 2 innings.
And a lot of Blue Jays fans to their feet here at Comerica Park. 0-2. Up and in. Four-seam fastball at 98.7. Then a close shave on Dylan Dingler.
That's what we call buzzing the tower.
If he comes back with a knuckle curve now, he's thrown 2 of them before the fastball. And from the stretch, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Came back with the curveball. He strikes out Dingler. Varland closes it out for the Blue Jays. And Toronto snaps a 5-game road losing streak with the victory here this afternoon.
Well, again, with the way the Blue Jays have struggled with all their injuries, to win a game like this on the road, especially on a day when Casey Mize was that good, that's a good sign for Toronto that they got a win like this. They would have lost this game a lot of times over the last 2 weeks.
Still imperfect, but a step in the right direction for Toronto. Once again, our final score: Blue Jays 2, Tigers 1. For Tim Kirkchin, producer Alan Trexler, engineer Al Rosenberg, I'm Tom Hart from Comerica Park in Detroit. Now let's send it to the studio. Here's Christine Lisi for the postgame show.
Guys, thank you. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio has been presented by Progressive Insurance. And now a list of things from Progressive Insurance: home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, ATV. Progressive protects them all. Learn more about bundling at progressive.com. Coming up, an impressive return from the IL for Casey Mize. Could it help lead the Tigers to a win? This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
From high school baseball to the men's NCAA College World Series to MLB and all the way to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. How will you make your mark in MLB The Show 26? Available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch. Rated E for everyone. Officially licensed by MLB Players, Inc.
This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Christine Lisi with the Baseball Tonight post-game show, and now it's time for our game flow, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling home and auto easy. Learn more at progressive.com. Both the injury-ravaged Blue Jays and Tigers scuffling and desperate for a win coming into today's game. One of the highlights of the afternoon came in the bottom of the fifth inning, courtesy of Toronto third baseman Kazuma Okamoto.
Pitch off the handle down the left field line. Long run Okamoto in foul territory. Basket catch bounces into his bare hands. It went off the heel of his glove with his back to home plate over the shoulder. Popped off the leather, and he reached up while he was still running and snared it with his bare hand.
Another Webb gem in the top of the 6th from Detroit's Riley Green.
And the first pitch popped up to left field from Andres Jimenez. Sliding grab made by Riley Green across the warning track just at the base of the wall in foul territory.
Well, he ran a long way to get that ball, and he had to go into a slide to catch it. That is a beautifully done play by Riley Green.
Not a whole lot of offense today. The first run of the game finally came in the bottom of the 6th inning.
In the early innings in low leverage situations. This ball launched to left field into the corner. Piñango watches it go. It's into the bullpen, and Vierling with his 3rd home run of the season. We've got our first run of the game. A 2-out shot from Vierling, and it's 1-0 Tigers.
And the man who watched that ball go over the wall answered for Toronto in the top of the 6th inning.
First pitch jumped on, rifled into right field, and it is off the top of the wall and gone. Yohendrick Piñango laces it to right field for his first home run of the season. He just ambushed Finnegan. That'll take a win away from Casey Mize in his return.
I would correct myself. That would be in the top of the 7th inning, and that's where the game would stay tied until the top of the 10th.
First pitch jumped on, rifled into right field, and it is off the top of the wall and gone. Yohendrick Piñango laces it to right field for his first home run of the season. He just ambushed Finnegan. Varsho sends a line drive up the middle. Guerrero to third. He's going to be waved home. The throw from Vierling is cut off, and the Blue Jays take the lead. First lead of the game for Toronto as Vlad Guerrero Jr. rumbles home from second on a Dalton Varsho single.
The Blue Jays would hold on for the 2-1 victory, just their 4th in their last 12 games. Detroit 3-9 in its last 12 games. One bright spot for the Tigers was the start of Casey Mize in his return from the injured list. 2 hits, 4 strikeouts in 6 shutout innings. Coming up next, we'll check in with the Major League scoreboard on this Saturday. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the all-new ESPN app.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt.
I find myself often being the old guy that just, because it isn't for me, and I complain and say, why don't you just wear the old jerseys? Atlanta Falcons, you guys put out these new uniforms. Yay, look at us. Just wear the red helmet. How hard is this? Steve Barkowski. Thank you. White Shoes Johnson. You're the Spurs. Black and silver. Raiders. Dig. That's a beautiful aesthetic. The Skittles colors are.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt, wherever you get your podcast.
You know when you're locked in, focused, and fearless.
Welcome to the WNBA.
Your vision narrows. You can't look away. Every assist, every stop, every logo 3.
From beyond the logo.
Every did you see that moment?
You bet.
What records are going to be broken this season?
All of it right here. Lock in. It's the WNBA on ESPN. All season long.
Hey, it's Greg McElroy from the Always College Football Podcast. Check out our current episode where we sit down with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer.
Them together makes us stronger, as opposed to what you maybe see in some situations where that competitiveness could be divisive.
The road to the NBA Finals is happening now on ESPN and ABC. It's make or break now. Best on best now. Watch him sit with his chest now. Greatness is up for grabs. And the world is watching.
Just win.
On the home of the NBA Finals.
All the work, all the sacrifice.
The NBA Playoffs, presented by Google. Continue on ESPN, ABC, and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, the Knicks and Thunder have been waiting for their next opponents. I'll tell you just how concerned they should be about rust. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Hi, I'm Pedro Pascal, and I can't wait for you to see my new movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, hitting theaters on May 22nd. See you there.
What are you waiting for?
I like this kid.
This summer, Star Wars is back.
We have to stop the Empire.
On the big screen.
Are you scared? You should be.
Like never before.
Hang on.
Good shot, baby.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. In theaters and IMAX May 22nd. Get tickets now.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sam Amick of The Athletic, senior NBA writer. What's the storyline of the combine?
Well, the early story is that the senior national writer lost his wallet on the first night, so we're off to a great start.
Oh, no. Oh, no. If anybody's found your wallet, where should they return it, Sam? The Athletic?
Marriott Marquis, front desk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Amick.
Yes.
On the lookout. Let's help Sam out.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. This is Freddie and Harry.
Freddie, this is Bert from Laurelton that used to live across the street from you. You was my big homie. I'm happy for your success. I'm proud of you.
Oh, man.
I love that you're shining. I love to see that you're winning, brother.
Man.
Keep doing it. Bert, you have any old stories that you could probably tell us about Freddie Coleman? I'm going to keep it real with you. He was always a good dude.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. If you have the ESPN Unlimited plan, you'll get a $15 discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.tv package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.tv, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.tv access. Get in on the action at stream.espn.com/MLBTV.
ESPN Unlimited auto renews at $29.99 per month after free trial unless canceled. Blackouts and other terms apply.
Listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Checking in on the Major League scoreboard, Cardinals up 1-0 on the Royals in the top of the fourth inning. Rockies leading the Diamondbacks 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Our next broadcast, Mariners-Padres on Sunday Night Baseball, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern. Coming up next, it's game day. For producer Tara Sledjeski, technical director Renee Canales, and associate producer Ryan Matlack, I'm Christine Lisi. Thanks for listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The pretty woman once said to me, age is just a number.
You're 12 years old. I mean, why are you meeting pretty women?
I don't know. I'm pretty handsome, Paul.
Paul Feinbaum. Weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
The United Football League. 8 teams, 1 champion.
A lot on the line as the top teams start to separate themselves.
The league's top teams battle to secure their spot at spring football's biggest game.
We have seen some big-time playmakers. What a charge! Touchdown!
Are you kidding me? A title will be claimed. A champion will emerge. The 2026 United Bowl, Saturday, June 13th on ABC and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, the Knicks and Thunder have been waiting for their next opponents. I'll tell you just how concerned they should be about rust. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Attention, NHL fans, it's Stanley Cup playoff season on ESPN. And you know what that means. The ESPN Chirp line is back. Call in from your couch, your office, your grandma's house.
Hello?
Or call in live at the ESPN Chirp line booth coming to an arena near you.
Hughes looks like he just spent the night in a haunted mansion.
Okay, hear me out. Zamboni fights.
Whoa there, these takes are hot. Call 1-844-4-CHIRPIN starting April 18th. And don't forget to catch the Stanley Cup playoffs live on ESPN.
Amber and Ian.
You did let me know that I got conned by my daughter.
He said to me that your daughter, her friends were saying, hey, let's go out. It's Saturday night. And that your daughter said, no, I'm just going to watch a movie with Dad. And I said, oh, that is sweet. And then I said, how much money did she get?
I got conned.
And he said, well, I did give her money. She knew that was going to be a nice little chunk of money, honey, when she turned out her friends to stay home with Daddy.
I got played.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
You know when you're locked in, focused, and fearless.
Welcome to the WNBA.
Your vision narrows. You can't look away. Every assist, every stop, every logo 3.
From beyond the logo.
Every did you see that moment?
You bet! What records are going to be broken this season?
All of it, right here. Lock in. It's the WNBA on ESPN. All season long.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt.
I find myself often being the old guy that just, because it isn't for me, and I complain and say, why don't you just wear the old jerseys? Atlanta Falcons, you guys put out these new uniforms. Yay, look at us. Just wear the red helmet. How hard is this?
Steve Markowski.
Thank you. White Shoes Johnson. You're the Spurs. Black and silver. Raiders. Dig. That's a beautiful aesthetic. The Skittles colors are. Yeah. I don't love it.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt, wherever you get your podcast. The Rich Eisen Show.
Basically, if you want the first overall selection to drop in your lap, just get Anthony Davis.
That's true, too.
Trade for Anthony Davis.
This is now 3 times this has happened.
By the way, Anthony Davis and Trae Young and this kid in Washington, D.C.
Right?
Who's going to want to go? Everybody in Washington. They're starving.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Sundays are for the NWSL on ESPN. For world-class action.
How much do you love this game?
For the 2-time MVP Magic.
Tim Washawinga, is this her moment? You better believe it!
For the passion of the ride or die.
Just absolutely crazy, crazy scene.
It's the NWSL you love.
Look, this is
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Records are going to be broken this season.
All of it right here. Lock in. It's the WNBA on ESPN all season long.
Amber and Ian.
Putting the jersey up in the rafters, that's the highest honor. A statue is for the greatest of the greatest. I would lean toward the Lakers putting a statue of LeBron.
He gets that respect because he is one of the greatest players to ever play, and he won a championship there, and the Lakers give out statues like hotcakes.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Dave Mager. An ever-shifting and well-populated leaderboard at the PGA. 28 players are within 3 shots of the lead. Aaron Rai of the UK now on top at 5 under through 11 on the day. Ludwig Oberg and Matty Schmidt are tied with 3 others, just 1 shot back. Rory McIlroy in with a 66, 3 under for the weekend, 2 shots off the lead. Baseball, the first Major League home run for Yohendrick Pinango of the Blue Jays. It came in the 7th inning and tied the Tigers at 1. Then with the Magic runner on in the 10th inning, Toronto's Dalton Varsho facing Tyler Holden.
Varsho sends a line drive up the middle. Guerrero to third. He's going to be waved home. The throw from Vierling is cut off, and the Blue Jays take the lead.
And they beat Detroit 2-1. The call by Tom Hart on ESPN Radio. Casey Mize, 6 shutout innings wasted. St. Louis leading KC 1-0 in the 4th. Philadelphia at Pittsburgh in just a few minutes. Kyle Schwarber went deep twice last night for 20 on the year. ESPN's Buster Olney expecting a historic season.
He's on a pace to hit 72, and I think he's going to match the Sammy Sosa number 66 by the end of the year, because you guys know this. He's one of these guys. I mean, he gets in the box and he looks like he's going to hit a home run. He goes on these binges.
56 for Schwarber last year. NHL playoffs, Game 6, Buffalo at Montreal. Canadiens can clinch. It's on ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern. Montreal seeking its first conference finals appearance since 2014.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, the Knicks and Thunder have been waiting for their next opponents. I'll tell you just how concerned they should be about rust. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
It's another busy weekend around the world of sports, and this is Game Day.
It's Saturday. You know what that means. begins. Game day on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, Channel 80. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Good to have you aboard. I'm Jonathan Zaslow alongside David Dennis Jr. We have a lot of NBA playoff action to get to, despite there being no NBA playoff games today. David, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Happy the band is back together, me and Saz. They try to keep us apart.
Yes.
They try to, they don't want, I think I've mentioned this before. I think we're too good looking for radio. And I think they just can't handle this amount of machismo and charisma at the same time. But now it's us, but.
That's what I'm saying. Just throwing us on TV. You're on TV. I'm on TV. Put us together on radio a little bit. You waste the good looks, but it's okay. We get to hang out for a few hours here on Game Day on ESPN Radio. So we have been granted one Game 7 in the NBA Conference semifinals. Okay, last night you had the Spurs take care of business, so they're done. The Pistons force a Game 7. We'll get to Detroit and Cleveland coming up here. But let's start with San Antonio and Minnesota. And for the most part, so going into the postseason, we all make our picks. Everybody's got to make picks, okay? Are you one of those people, by the way, David Dennis Jr., who on ESPN.com, when the playoffs are set, and each round is about to start, you got the experts. Experts. The expert analysts, they make their picks, and then they put it up on ESPN.com, and I love that. I always go before every series. I got to check the expert picks because I got to see who's sus, all right? I love checking the picks. Are you one of the people who get to make their picks? Do you participate in that?
I do not. I kind of enjoy hiding away and not standing on business when it comes to these picks.
I like standing on business.
I'm not a stand on business when it comes to picks because it's because for me the cold takes exposed all that, it's ridiculous. All that stuff is kind of silly.
If I can mention, I'll mention real quick. I don't know if I've told you this before because you're referencing freezing cold takes and getting caught by freezing cold takes on Twitter. That is a childhood friend of mine.
Okay, got you.
Well, have I ever told you that?
You did not tell me that. So
that is a childhood friend of mine. Yes.
I'm glad that one of you guys went on to do something important.
That's right. He's his profession is Twitter now. Freezing cold takes. That is a childhood friend of mine. But anyway, I like standing on business. All right. And here's the thing. So what I was going to say, David, was going into this postseason, I picked the Spurs to win the West, and I did. I picked the Spurs to win the West, and I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's that much of a
it's not a hot take.
It's really not because I mean the easiest thing I could throw back at you was, Spurs beat the Thunder 4 to 5 times in the regular season. It's not that crazy a thing to pick the Spurs, and so we're getting it now, and I actually feel pretty good about it because I feel now. Granted, the Thunder they haven't lost a game yet. Okay, they should feel very good. But I also feel really good about the Spurs because this has now happened each round where the Spurs in the first round against Portland. And now here in the second round against Minnesota, the first 2-3 games of the series, it's almost like a little bit of a feeling out process. And those first 2-3 games are tough. And granted, one of those first games last round was minus Wembanyama because of the concussion.